What's up, everybody in the house tonight? What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody in the house tonight? What's up? What's up? Yeah.
Welcome back, everyone. Happy Black History Month. And to celebrate, we're doing a whiter, brighter Garrett and Steve show.
Oh, yeah.
Look at it. Looks good.
Yep.
I'm excited.
Perfect.
I almost thought there was a chance that they were going to cancel Black History Month. The Trump, the Trump administration.
We're canceling blacks.
I think it's like, it could happen at some point now. I didn't think it ever could happen, but now it seems like it's kind of racist just to have one group of people get a month for no. They're Americans. Why?
Same with Gay Pride Month.
Yeah.
What about Coming in a Lady Month?
Is that a month?
It should be.
It should be.
Yeah.
Come in a lady once a month.
You got June, it's just Come in a Man's Butt Month.
But yeah.
There should be Coming in a Lady Month in July.
Okay, so you could do both. You don't have to.
You stop fucking butts. You get back on track in July.
Now, can you come in a lady's butt in June, or no? It's just guys' butts.
Just guys. It defeats the whole purpose of the Pride if you're gonna be coming in ladies' butts.
True.
That's just you made a wrong turn at Albuquerque.
I'd have
bad
pride.
Directions.
I'd have pride if I did that, though.
You have stinky dick, is what you have.
No, but they were like asking the press secretary kind of about it. And she kind of skirted the issue, kind of being like, yeah, well, like all Americans have history. And why should we have Black History Month? But it was like, we're not really focusing on that anymore.
Yeah.
Which seems kind of racist coming out of the Trump people's mouths, like it can be perceived that way. People could see it. But it seemed like, maybe we'll get over this whole stupid Black History Month thing.
That's the thing. It seems like everybody's kind of at the point of like, well, nobody gets to be special anymore because it's just a thing that gets abused and turns into an argument. Like, we got to stop having things that are just arguments.
Yeah.
They've like built-in arguments. And Black History Month, up until fairly recently, never really seemed like one. It was just like, black people had a rough go of it at the beginning of their time in America. So now we're putting them up on a little pedestal. Like, look how great they are.
But now we've risen them up enough.
It seems like it kind of backfired, and it just created resentment rather than actually helping anybody. It just made more division somehow, and that we don't really need that. We have plenty.
Yeah.
If you go on Twitter and read through comments of anything political, it's World War, like the Civil War II is happening. But luckily, it's just a bunch of douchebags on the internet having it to themselves.
I feel like it was way worse, obviously, like after the whole George Floyd thing and that whole Summer of Love era.
Didn't help.
Where it was just, everything was racially motivated. It was ridiculous.
Speaking of everything hot and I can't believe I didn't see this. I guess I wasn't expecting.
Didn't it just come in?
Such generosity so soon. It was before we started.
Oh.
While I was still tinkering around with that motherfucking camera for an hour.
The sabotaged camera.
I swear to God, every little fucking thing on it is fucked up. Every little thing.
Now, is there like setting like numbers so then if we ever went to Gino's, you could look at his camera and see if the numbers are matched?
Which is what I would like to do. I want to see what his look like. Because now that I know everything I changed, I want to see what his look like versus what ours looked like.
Yeah.
And our wheel, the little wheel that spins next to the viewfinder, was fucking completely jammed in. I thought it was broken when we first got this camera.
Yeah, how'd you even get it working? I tried spinning it.
I literally just used my thumb and just spun it like back into place because it was completely jammed in. Now that could be non-sabotage. That could be on transport.
Or it's like never been used. So it kind of just got gummed up or whatever.
It was just, never been used even though things were set wrong, but never been used.
That's true.
But that could have been.
Now, can you use that wheel for the settings, or is that a different?
That's
wheel?
what I just had to do.
Oh,
because I fixed it. I was able to fucking.
But I remember when you were before you got it unstuck, you were like, oh, I could do the menu through this.
Yeah.
A different way. But
Different settings though.
oh,
The gain,
okay,
the
okay.
iris, all these things I just made this brighter with 2 seconds ago. That's all wheel stuff. I needed the wheel for that.
Nice. All right, good.
But anyway, thank you, Matt Fugate.
What's he right?
Hot out of the
Pay and
gate.
say.
Keep up the good work. Great show, yada yada.
Thank you, Fugate. Get the Fugate out of here. Wow. You earned that fart, Matt.
There you go.
That was amazing.
I
That
hope
was a work of
Hope
art.
I lived up to your standard. Because I really tried my best. That is real hot out of the gate. Stinky out of the gate too. Ooh.
No.
Ooh.
Last week you finally had your first stinky fart and it was horrendous.
Yeah, well, welcome to round
Use
2.
your left hand to blow it away.
No, I'm getting it out of my face. I don't care where it goes. Thank you, Matt Fugate. Very nice of you. Now go change your shorts, Steve.
Oh my God. Did you just shit?
Matt Fugate said, great. Yeah, I guess I had some poop air left in there.
You got all excited about the cum in the butt talk.
I did.
Your butt was like, what? I'm making room.
Yeah, some brown jizz I got to get out of there.
Yeah, so, I mean, I doubt Black History Month will ever go away, but it got a little reduced.
I don't even get who's rooting for it. Do black people give a shit?
I don't think so. I mean, the usual suspects like Morgan Freeman and Denzel Washington, they've had like quotes about it where it's like, do you have Jewish History Month? Why not? Who cares? We're all Americans, but just move on. No one needs their own month.
That's the thing. It's like, why, if we're all going to be the equal and the same, then how about we don't do all that?
That's what's so weird
It's
about
like, why baby anyone and be like, you're the good people. Look, we love you now. It's hard to get over things and be like, oh, stop remembering them.
When every
if
year
you just keep getting
you bring
reminded
up-
of
yeah.
the bad stuff that happened.
It's with the whole. Oh my God!
I didn't mic that one up. I didn't want to interrupt.
With the whole DEI thing, it's like equity, but then like giving them their own special month. That's not equity.
It's the theory that you're balancing out societal wrongs by
Giving them a month, like I don't know.
I don't know. It sounds. I never really got it, but I've always been, I've never hated black people, so I'm like, yeah, whatever. We'll be extra nice to them, and then when Italian
off my back, whatever. Who cares?
And then when Italian American Month rolls around, we all have a big spaghetti party.
Is there Italian?
No, I've been waiting.
The thing is, there probably is.
Columbus Day.
But I mean, they kind of got rid of that.
Yeah, that's
schools don't even get off for it anymore.
I know.
And I don't even think they like get off for Indigenous People Day. Like, I think there's just not a holiday anymore. But at least in the city in New Jersey, kids get off for Chinese New Year. That's a holiday now.
Really?
Yeah.
Chinese New Year.
I just heard Jim Florentine on a podcast saying his kid was off. When was Chinese New Year? Last Monday?
It was, well, I went to the American Dream Mall on Saturday, and they were doing a big Lunar New Year celebration.
What's the American Dream Mall?
If it's an American dream come true.
Is that the Staten Island thing by the ferry?
No.
Oh.
No, that is the Empire Outlets, which is an utter piece of shit.
Yeah, okay.
A failed attempt at trying to have something in Staten Island.
Oh, wait. When I get on the bus, it says it goes to the SI Mall. Is that what that is?
That's, again, another just a Staten Island thing. The Staten Island Mall is not the biggest piece of shit in the world. It's just compared to the American Dream Mall next to MetLife Stadium. The Staten Island Mall is shit on the bottom of my shoe.
Oh, there's a mall now next to by Xanadu.
Xanadu?
They built like that indoor ski lift.
That's it.
That's
It's
the mall.
in there.
That's part of the
Yeah,
mall.
yeah.
Oh.
Dude, this place is crazy.
Yeah, at least it was called Xanadu. I don't know if they changed the name of it.
Xanadouche.
Huh.
Yeah, if you go to the Yard House, which is a bar restaurant in the American Dream Mall, out the windows of the Yard House, you see the ski lift. People going up and down this little man-made mountain.
Yeah, yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Is it cool?
It's cool to eat in the Yard House. I don't know about going up and down the thing.
It looks like it's 50 stories high, 500 feet, maybe.
It's for
Maybe?
kids.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Well, it's for, I think older kids. Because it didn't look massive, but it's, it's a mountain at the mall.
Is it just like straight down? There are like little bumps or turns or pathways in it?
I only saw it from far away.
Uh-huh.
So I saw like the little ski lift and it looked just like a mountain, like just the side of a mountain.
Were there like fake trees?
No.
All right.
No, it was like weirdly dark in there too.
What made you go there?
They had a Sesame Street exhibit thing
Oh.
for Charlie Boy, who loves Sesame Street.
Oh, shit. Nice.
Which was pretty fun, having him run around Sesame Street. Like they built a whole little mini thing.
Yeah, yeah.
It was actually smaller than I thought it would be, but it was still, for him, it was perfect.
Same place they had Soprano Con.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That's probably where they did it too. They probably just ripped down this room and
Yeah.
pull fucking guinea shit up. But yeah, he wanted to meet Elmo because
what kid doesn't?
I thought he was gonna be scared because usually at his age, like 1.5, they see a big costume figure and they go, ah!
Yeah, like, why are you so big? Yeah.
So I thought that's what was gonna happen.
Almost put Mario Bosco or something in the costume.
He has the right voice and everything. That actually would be perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were in Hooper's store, which is the Sesame Street store.
First of all, sorry to interrupt. How did you even know that this was happening?
Caitlin knew.
Oh,
I don't know.
okay.
I'm sure.
I was like, unless they advertise on Sesame Street.
Mama's Digest or her friend told her something. But yeah, there's a little mini grocery store that you're allowed to take a mini cart that the kids have, and they're allowed to like put groceries in it, and then they have to give them back, and they restock it, and you get like 8 minutes in this room. So Charlie immediately just tries to run out of the store with the cart, and he just wants to run around Sesame Street with it. So we have to just immediately go, no. He starts freaking out and crying. And, he's like a fucking black woman in a grocery store, just fucking throwing shit and knocking over the carts. And I'm like, Charlie, damn it.
This is kind of the cruelest thing ever, though. Like, here's a cart and pull out all this shit you want, but then when you leave, you put it all back. Get the fuck out of here.
Not even. Like, you can't leave. You have to leave it all there. And he just wanted to go to Sesame Street with his cart. These kids love pushing shit.
Yeah.
It's his favorite thing. Is just taking a cart and pushing it around. Loves it.
He loves pushing the baby gate.
Yeah. Loves pushing stuff. So we get him out of Hooper's grocery store after he throws a goddamn tantrum.
What did he pick up?
He picked up, he kept handing me broccoli and saying, broccoli.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, oh, look at you. He picked up one orange.
Now, what is it? Just like a plastic broccoli?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all fake food.
Yeah, all right.
He puts one orange in the cart, and then he's like, all right, time to go. And he just keeps going to the front door. I'm like, no, you can't leave with the cart. You cannot do that. He started throwing a fucking tantrum. So it's time to leave Hooper's store. We go outside, and I'm holding him, and Elmo has been there because, of course, as soon as we go in, he came in, and there's a line about 5 miles deep waiting for Elmo. And I'm like, all right, well, it's not going to matter. He's not going to want to see Elmo. I bring him over, and I'm like, oh, look, it's Elmo. And he goes, Elmo. Immediately stops crying, and it's just, I need him. I need him now.
Oh, no.
And I put him on the floor.
A 5-mile line to get to him.
I put him on the ground, and he just takes off to cut the line. And just, Elmo. And I'm like, no. Damn it.
This is the cruelest place for kids to go.
Like,
so far, this is 0 for 2.
Yeah.
You have to put Elmo in a secret room with a door and just let the line form out the door so no one.
I wouldn't have been able to make him stand on the line. Like, that was not going to happen anyway. No matter what, that fucking line was not a thing. He was so, because even before the grocery store, every toy and everything in the place, he would play with it, but he's, used to being at home, and if he wants to play with something, he could do it for a fucking hour. So there's this one wheel that you spin, and the window goes up, and one of the characters shows up, And he's just over and over just spinning this thing. And a crowd of children's gathering around him because they want to turn. And I'm just like, all right, Charlie, you got to let someone else go. No. Just, oh, come on. Please.
It sounds like Charlie.
No.
He's so good at sharing with me, though. Whenever he has a toy, it's like he immediately is like, here, take it and play with it. Oh, thanks.
He's trying to impress you.
That's this thing.
Yeah, our little mouse toys.
Yeah.
So yeah, just the
How
whole.
about when he meets Santa? Is he scared of Santa?
We only met Santa a year ago when he was still a blob baby,
Oh,
and not really doing or saying anything. This year, no,
Good.
because last year was such a fucking pain in the balls.
Good. Yeah.
We, I'm sure we're gonna get to the front of the Santa line, and he's gonna be like, "No, no, no, get away!" And I'm like, "Oh, perfect. We should have waited for Elmo." But yeah, this whole thing. Now that I think about it, even though he did definitely had fun and it was like a great experience, I now just think like, yeah, I was just constantly saying no, 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 no.
Oh, I mean, were other kids exactly the same way there?
Charlie was definitely the biggest fucking little jerk.
That
Just from my perspective,
Yeah,
obviously, because I was
exactly.
following his every move.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I'm sure there were other kids that were being the same. It just so happened to seem like everything was like, Charlie, come on. Someone else have a turn. Don't move. And like at one point, he goes back to that wheel that he was spinning. Some little girl who looked his age or younger was playing with it. He just like grabs her hand and moves it off. And I'm like, Charlie, you out of your mind. And the other parents are just looking at me and I'm like, I'm so sorry.
What an alpha boss this kid is.
I kind of wasn't that sorry. I was like, I guess your kid's just a little bitch. No, but I was like, I'm so sorry. I didn't. He's he doesn't know how to share yet. I'll get him. And I would like take him off, and he's just kicking his legs. No. I'm like, you little animal. So then but the thing is, we leave Sesame Street because we're like, all right, let's get the fuck out of here. This is enough of this.
How long were you there?
I think like an hour and a half, 2 hours at least. Like we were there for a while. Before then once Elmo showed up, then it was just Elmo. And he's just crying. It's like, all right, we're done. Take him to the gift shop, and he's cry playing with all the toys in the gift shop. Like, he's screaming, crying while moving this big Elmo car around. And I'm just like, all right, well, let's get out of here then. And he's just walking through the mall. He ends up in a Toys R Us, and then he's finally happy.
Oh my. So the mall was attached, or the Sesame Street was like attached to the mall.
Yeah.
It was like a conference room or
It was
whatever.
basically
that
like they just gutted a whole store and put all this shit in there.
Oh,
like a big
okay.
store.
Uh-huh.
Which is why it was cool, because this mall was like a real mall, but with a ton of shit in it.
Really?
Like an ice skating rink. They had laser tag, an arcade. They had a bunch of restaurants. They had stores. They had like a 3-floor candy store that somehow I didn't buy anything in. I don't know what the fuck was.
Jesus.
I just wanted to go home at that point.
Uh-huh.
They had the beef jerky store. I bought some beef jerky.
Nice.
They have a whole Nickelodeon like theme park, like a mini theme park in there with a roller coaster. There's a Ferris wheel.
What the fuck?
I'm like, how have I never heard of this place? I guess it's because they like to keep riffraff out. Because that was another thing I noticed. I heard that there's no public transportation there. And or like no public transportation that really, I guess there's something that goes to MetLife Stadium.
Yeah, there's trains that go to MetLife.
So I don't understand how it wouldn't go there. So I there's got to be something.
Like, is it right by the stadium?
Directly next to it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because that's where the train lets you off. Like
directly next to it. But I have to say, for a Saturday, I guess because it was the middle of the day, there was not like. I picture going to the mall. There's a lot of pieces of shit walking around. There was just
because you're used
normal
to these
people.
Staten Island malls.
Yeah,
maybe.
I guess.
No, but that's what I was gonna say. Like malls are a dying breed now. Like I can't believe they built this whole brand new mall with all these attractions.
Yeah,
for no reason.
Mall. That's the thing. I was surprised there were a ton of fucking people in it because I'm like, who goes to the mall?
Yeah.
And then I was like, I can understand going to this one. I want to come back. I want to go back to that goddamn 3-floor candy store. See what they really got going on.
Did you even go in, or you?
Of
just
course,
saw,
I went
all right. And you restrained yourself?
It was at the end of everything. I'd already eaten.
Like too much.
We already got lunch. I already fucking slammed a burger down my gullet. And I just like I didn't see anything that was like, oh my god, I've never seen. It was just candy.
Oh,
And the only thing I came close to buying, which now I completely regret not getting, was this like fucking 10-pound gummy worm.
like one gummy worm.
One gummy worm that was like a U shape, and it looked like you can beat someone to death with it. It was fucking huge.
What would you do with it?
I was gonna give it to you.
With a fork and knife?
Yes.
You have to finish it before the show's over.
Precisely. I was gonna threaten you.
Oh my! Isn't that the thing that gives people the runs?
Well, no, that's sugar-free gummy bears.
Oh, okay, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Regular gummy worm, even though it's 200 pounds, that should be fine.
Wow. So yeah, I was gonna say the Sesame Street. That's like the first, not the real Sesame Street amusement park. That's like the first one all parents go to. Like that's gonna have to be your
Sesame
first one.
Place?
Sesame Place. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember going there as a kid. It was awesome.
I don't think I ever went there. If I did, I don't remember it.
Huh.
But after this, I kind of don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
he's got to learn.
once he's a little bit older, that's like he's still too young to go there now.
Like he definitely had fun, but it was like wrangling in a little fucking Tasmanian devil.
You want him to be able to walk, you know, like he can walk, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like by himself.
Walk by himself, climb up stuff like the jungle gym thing.
Yeah.
And when I tell him no, and he's got to kind of listen to me. He can't just be like, oh, all right, I guess I have to pick you up. Let's go.
That always works with Charlie.
Oh, yeah.
When he says
loves it.
no, and then you pick him up.
He loves that. He kicks his legs like he's trying to fucking knock my teeth out.
Oh, my God. He gives when you pick him up to go to bed, and he says no, of course. Then he turns to me a lot of times and just is like, his pupils are huge, and it's like he's taking me away to go kill me. That's his look on his face. It's like, are you doing nothing to save me? He's like, oh my God.
He's a bit dramatic. He really acts like that with every.
And then I don't help. I just laugh at him.
Every time I have to change his diaper at this point, it's just no. And I'm like, how we do this every time you shit, buddy.
Oh,
Why?
he even does it to diaper. Oh God!
Like sometimes he's calm, but if he's in the middle of playing with a toy or something, oh my God! I might as well be like just punching him in the face the way you think I was beating him.
Yeah, the way he looks at you, it's just like, oh my God! Yeah, the tears well up immediately, and it's just, oh, his eyes get all big, and it's like, what's happening to my life is ruined.
He's a vocal child. I've taught him to say whatever he means or feels.
But the thing is, every other time, like besides those little not even 5 minute, 2 minute moments, he's laughing and smiling the whole time and like running around having fun.
I like to think, yeah, he gets so upset because he's always having has such a good time that the moment it's time to go to bed or change his diaper, he's like, fuck,
the fun's over.
Fuck. Damn it. I love doing stuff. Why do you got to make me not do stuff? Sorry, Buccarino. But anywho,
did he at least get tired out by Sesame Place? Oh yeah, okay, good.
Yeah, he fell asleep in the car. He was a bit tuckered out from all the excitement. But yeah, we didn't realize how big the place was because the place is massive. We parked
the mall.
Yeah, we parked far away from everything we were going to, and we didn't take the stroller. So I was just carrying his little ass through this big ass mall.
Oh.
And I was just like, this is a lot. And at one point I put him down and I was like, all right, just walk with me. And I tried to hold his hand. He's like, no. And I'm like, okay, well, I won't hold your hand, but just walk with me. Walk in a straight line. And he did it for about 10 seconds before he's like, all right, left turn. I'm going to go to these rock looking things that these kids are all jumping on. I'm going to just stand there and put my hand on one. And I'm like, Charlie, this is the perfect way for a kid to kick you in the face. How about we just keep walking, buddy? No. And he perfected his no. It's so.
Oh my God!
It's like insulting.
It's,
like
it's
like,
so dismissive.
He's talking to a fucking idiot. No.
Turns around.
Dude,
no.
Why would you think I want that? No. You fucking idiot. No.
Sometimes he'll close his ears and be like, nope.
Nope. No. And there he has two different notes or a few different notes. His other favorite one is when we say, "All right, time for bed." He'll go, "No." I'm just like, yes.
There were no like shopping carts or something, that you could put a kid kind
There
of thing.
was, but I was like, I'm carrying him. What else? At that point, once we're already in, I'm like, whatever. This is it is what it is. But yeah, the American, I already want to go back. I was like impressed with how big and clean it was. Like,
what else do you want to go back for though, besides the candy store?
Arcade looked pretty sweet.
Oh, really?
Ice skating, even though I think that would be, I can't do it with Charlie. And at this point, my fat ass on skates, I'm just gonna break something. So maybe not, but I'd like to.
Do they rent out ice hockey skates, or are they all figure skates?
They're all, from what I saw, everyone's wearing these like blue plastic looking things.
Oh, so they all kind of hockey skates.
I don't know what they were. They were just like,
but they're like firm. They're not just like loose leather kind of with this.
They looked like literally they had pieces of plastic on their feet. So I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
I didn't really take that good of a look, but there were also these things I've never seen before. It looked like a pool toy. It looked like a dolphin thing.
Oh, okay.
With handles that people were just pushing around the ice. I guess if you're a little kid,
and
you
just
can't
for balance.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
It looked pretty ridiculous. Another thing, in addition, they had to all this other shit. So they got the Lunar New Year, which I have a video of that.
And they celebrated
at the mall, but they also had Mariano Rivera was there signing people's shit.
No way.
Yeah, and they had this whole thing set up where it was like they were selling shit that I would never buy, like baseballs and baseball cards and little figurines. And all it made me think of was, first of all, there's a line that was going around the entire top section of the mall, people waiting to get their shit signed.
Oh.
And I was like, I can't believe this many people are into this. They're all wearing Yankee jerseys and Yankee memorabilia, I guess, to get signed.
Yeah.
I saw 3 grown men talking about their haul, and they didn't look like what you would picture. They looked like douchebags you'd see at a Yankee game. Like one guy looked very Italian and Guinea and had a fucking Yankee jersey on.
Like, this?
Because I pictured dorkier people.
Oh, like baseball card collecting nerds or something?
Like glasses and
yeah.
But it was sports dorks, like fucking fantasy football nerds, and they were showing off to each other. Like one guy had a bag full of shit that he got him to sign. He's holding up this little stadium figurine and a cool baseball. And
wow. Did you see how much signatures we're going for?
I don't know, but I just remember thinking, what a bunch of fucking fags.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I thought it was like, why? Who cares?
At least he signed it. Right. You were there. You could take a picture of your item.
But what do you do with it?
True.
All I pictured was my dentist's office.
Yeah.
He's got all this stuff everywhere.
Because his wife will let him keep it at home.
His wife 100% to get this shit out of the fucking house. You have too much sports memorabilia.
But if you just have like a lot of exposable income and you have like your Yankee room, that's your thing. I don't really get it either, but I could see it being kind of
buy drugs. Fucking do a bunch of coke and heroin if you like get all this income you're trying to burn through. I can't imagine. I don't know. Then again, I guess I'm not rich with a room in the house.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know what to do.
You have a 6-bedroom house and your kids are gone.
Fill it with my Yankee crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, fill up Billy's bedroom with my Yankee stuff now. I have nothing else to spend money on.
I guess. But the line seemed insane.
Huh.
I couldn't imagine waiting on that line to get someone's fucking signature on something.
He was kind of sort of in trouble recently, Mariano Rivera, but I feel like he goes to this church and someone at this church did something wrong. But it was like because Mariano Rivera goes to this church, like all the headlines were about him. I forget what thing they did wrong, but it was just like,
did they make a baseball glove out of cardboard but not string it together?
Maybe
with hay.
Yeah, then someone went to catch a ball that hit him in the face.
It was the goddamn story Mariano Rivera told on every fucking show he's ever been on. It's a great story. It's like, man, he really got it up out the mud. Black History Month, I gotta say the right phrases. He really got it up out the mud and became an American hero. But after you hear that story once, it's like, all right, we got it.
Yeah.
He got the baseball
The
glove.
thing is, I only heard it once on Opie and Anthony.
I feel like he told it a lot more than that.
But I've never heard him. I've never even heard him talk besides that.
Heard it on the Yes channel.
Oh, okay. The Michael K show or whatever it was.
On something. He might have just been in the booth for one of the games.
Oh.
I think that's what it was, and he was showing them how to make one. It's like, enough about the glove. But this was for the Chinese Lunar
I saw
New
you
Year.
posted this on Twitter. I didn't know what the fuck this was.
Neither did I. I was eating my fucking lunch, and I just hear boom, 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 boom. I went outside to where the stage was, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, we walked by the stage going in, but there was nobody doing anything yet. And I should have panned out more. There was a big crowd in those seats.
Oh, wow.
Watching this nonsense. And if you look, you see 3 dragons, and there's a guy in the front with like a Chinese mask on and a fan. See this guy?
Yeah.
It's very stereotypical, like Chinese face mask on. I went back out there at the end, and he takes the mask off, and it's just an old white hair guy. And I was like, God damn!
Wow. You're gonna find one Chinese person like this.
It's like a racist thing. It's, why would you have a white guy do that? It's just weird. He doesn't know the moves. He doesn't even know what he's doing. Stupid ass. And then they had some guy sampling out his cool karate moves.
Oh, nice.
Which I thought was pretty sweet. Where'd he go? Video. Here he is.
Oh, shit. Ooh.
By the way, I'm on the 3rd floor of the wall. It's on the 5th floor. There's huge tears, people just watching this. Varying levels of interest. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. I don't really know what these moves are. He's doing some sort of Chong karate.
Was there Asian people watching him? Was it like they knew about this, came to watch this, or this was just
in the seats? Yes.
Yeah, okay.
In the area I was in, and people all like me going, "What the fuck is this?" Like disappeared. Oh, there we go. That's a white guy.
God.
Really funny though.
Why? You just have an Asian man out there waving his fan? Wow.
They ran out of Asian people.
Yes, so.
And half the people under these dragons, by the way, also just white guys. I was shocked. In New Jersey, we couldn't find any Chinese people to get under those dragons. There's about a fucking billion of them.
I mean, literally, Chinatown in the city is a 15-minute drive from MetLife Stadium.
Yeah,
you couldn't get anyone.
It really seems like they could have found a couple of them to fill those slots.
I just saw a video of a guy that went to Shen Yun.
That's what people were saying. Like, oh, Steve finally went to Shen Yun. I don't see enough fucking twirling Asians, though.
And I guess he went this year to the Lincoln Center one, and it was not even half full. Like, I don't know how they pay for this. They must rent out the Lincoln Center for a month or whatever it is and just hope to sell tickets, and they don't. And then he went to this whole thing about how they're a cult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, seriously a cult. Like, the guy believes he can levitate, and people, like the whole pay me more money and then you can learn how to levitate kind of thing and all that.
Yeah, I watched a video about it. The guy, he lives on a compound.
Yeah.
He has, tons of people living with him. He fucks them all.
Yeah.
And but this is just every cult ever.
True.
He runs the same game all these other cult leaders run, where everybody comes to live on his compound and gain powers and stuff from him.
Yeah.
They all also kind of work for free and don't spend a lot of time eating. And the calorie deficit creates this kind of foggy brain where they then just kind of, they work so much and eat so little that they just become too tired to think, and they just do what they're told constantly.
Ah, that works for him.
It's literally like a playbook that all these people, all cult leaders use.
And I think the guy that started it was like a worker at a cereal factory and like came up with this idea and ran with it. Now he's like a billionaire and has people worshiping him. It's really strange.
Yeah, he was making bootleg fucking Chinese Cheerios.
Fruit Loops and stuff.
He's making Tostios. And he's like, you know what'd be a great idea? Bunch of spinning Asians on stage. And after they're done spinning, they fuck me in a big house. And after that, I don't feed them. And after that, money.
Yeah.
And with that little planning and just that much thought put into it, he pulls it off.
He does.
And the Lincoln Center for multiple days a month has Shen Yun with weird, like we should probably pull up just the reviews again because they're my favorite. People that leave the show and are just like, oh, it was great. It was a wonderful show. Why'd you like it? Chinese history.
They have no answer.
Shen Yun reviews. Yeah, here we go. Oh, God.
Now, even all these videos are like put up by Shen Yun, edited by them.
They're extremely propaganda-y.
Cherry picked.
Yeah. No, this is where I wanted to sleep. But during communism at that fucking mall, I wanted to see this.
Amazingly divine.
One of the most extraordinary evenings
Have
of my
you
life.
ever in your life called something amazingly divine, Garrett?
I don't even know what that really means.
Sent from heaven.
Oh, wow. Okay. No, I never have.
Laura Viscovich, a CEO and author, says amazingly divine, absolutely amazingly divine.
Wait.
She was just talking about this.
Who were the Scientology people that like the one sister just kind of or the brother disappeared and then the sister was looking for him and never was it Viscovich or Miskovich? Maybe it was Miskovich.
Leia Remini?
Kind of like that. But she was like friends with this woman or the man, whatever, whoever, and someone just disappeared and no one ever heard from him again. They kept contacting Scientology and were like, we don't know who you're talking about. Like it was Miskovich or something.
Maybe it was this lady and
Viscovich.
She's very prone to being attracted into a cult.
Viscovich.
And boy, do I love getting wrapped up in cult bullshit. I couldn't wait to see Shen Yun once I found out they were Chinese Scientologists who think that gays are gay, and that people. What was it that God exists or God doesn't exist? They got some wild.
I just know like. They think like the guy can levitate.
Yeah.
That was one of the things.
Yeah.
One of the most extraordinary evenings of my life. I really mean that. Joyful.
Like amazing. Usually I'm not speechless. I am speechless today.
It was absolutely riveting. Beautiful. It's very nice to see a show that concentrates on the highest and the best of humanity.
What the fuck are they talking about?
Because of this performance, and it's going to be with me for the rest of my life.
So they all have to have gotten paid to say these things, right? Because they're saying very blanket, like generic things.
Nothing about the like. Oh, I really like the acrobat part, or
I liked when those gooks were twirling around a lot with colorful, billowy. It was really cool when they did that over and over and over again. No, it's just like. Oh, it was the performance of a lifetime. It was a spectacle. Brilliant performance. I will never forget it.
And I think like the screen and half those people are like fake. It's just like a TV screen that they optical illusion.
No, they really have about 500,000 people there lined in front of these giant steps in this giant building that they all somehow built inside of the Lincoln Center.
But I heard the guy that went was like, that was actually kind of a cool part, how it like seamlessly looks like there's a lot more. And they do like little tricks where you're supposed to levitate, and people like, all right, I'm levitating. And they drop down behind stairs. And on the video screen is a picture of them shooting up in the air. And it's like, whoa, they're levitating.
Wow. Magic Asians.
And I've been in business for 52 years, so I have experience of knowing the difference between average, good, and beautiful. And this is magnificent.
What?
That wasn't any of the choices you gave yourself.
First of all,
Magnificent.
says he's been in business for 52 years, but his name is just Ben Siler. Ben
Business
Stiller?
owner.
Yeah, Ben Stiller. Ben Stiller's brother. Business owner.
Business owner.
Like, what does
What
that
business?
mean?
I've
I'm in the business of spinning Asians, of twirling Chinamen. And let me tell you, in 52 years of business, spinning around these fucking Asian pan-faced motherfuckers, I've never seen anything this magnificent. And I've spun an Asian or two, let me tell you.
Real business. You could make toothpaste and you'd be a business owner. Like, what does that have to do with anything?
I own my own tax accountant business. I've been in business for 52 years. And let me tell you, of all the things I look at every day, I've never seen anything this magnificent. Really?
Wow. Yeah, these are all fake by far. Jesus.
The technique was unbelievable. I mean, the lines, the toes, the arch,
Okay.
and they all move as one.
That was
And
specific
that
at
shows the
least.
heart. of it.
Uh-huh.
I used to be with the Royal Ballet as a principal dancer, and it was faultless. You finish a line, it almost ripples into the next movement.
Yeah.
I wish they do more of that in the Royal Ballet.
The Chinese traditional dance with the sleeves. I've actually did a dance a few years ago that incorporated the sleeves, and I know how intricate and how hard it is to work with those props.
It kind of resembled a lot within Chinese culture, like the yin and the yang. One minute they were moving very slowly and very synchronized, and all of a sudden the bodies would just spring out, and it was just incredible.
They're getting better, the reviews.
The reviews are, they're getting
Yeah.
much more specific in what
The
they
storytelling
actually
behind it, I think, has been really powerful. It gives me goosebumps.
It's using that creative medium to also highlight values of the culture and virtues of the culture, things like discipline, humility, faithful devotion to one's spouse. And I think those are all really beautiful values that we've lost touch with a bit.
Even my son, who's 8 years old, was able to understand quite a bit of the stories being told. Very beautiful for him to watch as well and be exposed to this kind of art.
What is that? They're all in the cult now.
But like, not one person giving these reviews went like, so then my son saw it and thought he was really good. Like, no ums or pauses, or they're thinking of what to say next. It's like they know their lines and they're spitting them out perfectly.
Everyone who did a review so far should do a podcast. They're all very, very well spoken and have very well prepared thoughts.
The whole time, yeah.
They should talk business.
Oh, with that business owner.
They should do a fucking business podcast.
The orchestra is absolutely sensational. Sometimes I just closed my eyes to listen to the music, and it just brought me somewhere else.
It's so uplifting and beautiful, but also at the same time, it's so relaxing.
And the way they combine the traditional Western instruments with the classical Chinese instruments was really quite profound.
I would say it deserves a Grammy.
What? All right, I can't take any more of this fucking gobbledygook. Excuse me, I didn't mean to say gook. I meant to say gook, soup, gobbledychink. How do you do that? How do you come up with such a weird cult that gets this kind of like the most well-spoken people in the world all come to the show and give reviews at the end? What the fuck?
I don't believe it.
I can't believe it. Bob Fana Patrice, he says, I went to see Shen Yun when I came to New York last week. Cost me $2,000 to learn how to levitate it. Ooh, they also told me Gino was gay.
Maybe they know something.
And Dylan Farnham, all of these people look like you could hit a button on their neck and it reveals a small alien pilot. People giving the reviews.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something up with everyone. It's all too perfect.
They're all like perfectly dressed. Yeah. I don't know. It's just, something's wrong.
I want to be in the cult. I want to learn their ways. I want to work
that's what it is.
For free for Shen Yun.
I mean, kind of in Scientology, whenever you see those people, they're all kind of like put together, maybe not mentally, but they all seem to be
cogs
succeeding some way
in a big machine. Asian sumo wrestler with AIDS, when we were talking about Sesame Street. My toddler's niece says her younger sister smells like a toilet.
Wow, it's nice of her.
Either the niece needs to be a little more polite, or you need to wash that other kid. One of the two things. That's my parenting advice. If your kid smells like an old shoe, you should probably throw him in a bath.
Good advice. Wow. You've done this before, haven't you?
Chillin' 92 with the super sticker. Yeah.
Thank you, Chillin'.
There's times Charlie is stunk to high heaven. Usually it's because there's poop in his pants and I got to change it. Sometimes they need a bath. Sometimes.
When do you start potty training?
Oh, never.
Never?
That's going to be a whole fucking thing. I think soon. Kind of soon.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nice. Don't you want to start it?
Yeah. I want to be done with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want it to be. I don't want to have to keep telling him like, go to the bathroom. And then, every mishap, but I think we have some time. I think you start at like 2, I want to say.
Oh, okay.
So if half a year, if even that long, I don't know. But we're going to have to get him his own little potty and teach him to sit on it and, pee in it and stuff.
Yeah. Or put the little potty over your potty or whatever, however it works.
Well, I think you got to give him the little potty and then pour it into the toilet once he's done, destroying it. Funnily enough, last night, me and Caitlin were arguing over the lyrics in one of the theme songs of one of the shows he watches.
Yeah.
Turns out I was wrong. Who knew? So I looked it up on my phone and was playing it, and Charlie just hears the theme song. And he's like, "Whoa, go dog!" It's a show called Go Dog Go. He's like, "Go!" He just says, "Go go go, go go go, go go go." And I'm like, "Here," which turns into now for like the next 20 minutes, half hour, I can't get my phone back. He's just watching Go Dog Go on my phone and won't give it up and freaks out every time I take it. I'm like, "Oh, perfect. Glad this is happening."
Does he know how the phones work now? Like, can he play the song kind of?
Yeah. Because he turned it off at one point and then was like, "Ah!" And I'm like, "Oh, looks like it's broken." He knows how to say that, by the way. He goes, "Uh-oh, broken." And he figured out. He just started touching shit and pressed the play button and turned it back on. So like he knows how to like swipe through stuff. It's already pretty bad. But Caitlin it was bedtime, so Caitlin brought him into his room to change him, and he still had the phone. And she said she took off his diaper. And she just sees him. He's laying down like with the phone like this, and she sees him just go like this and look down, like lift the phone up and look down, and he just starts pissing. And he's like, just imagine a baby holding this phone, just watching it, and then just watching him. And she said he did it before he even started peeing, so he just like felt it coming. I was like, "Oh, look at this!
I gotta see what's gonna happen here."
Hey, man, check this out. I'm pissing. And then after he was done peeing everywhere, he just was like, "All right," and went back to watching Go Dog Go. And she was just like, "Oh, what the fuck?"
It's so weird that things like that just don't phase kids
at all.
At all. Yeah, you feel like that would be some sort of instinct where like you want to get away from your pee, but then I guess your pee and poo filled diaper would then scare you. So
yeah, no instinct to get away from it. He had to just check out like, "Oh, look at that. That's cool." And then 2 days ago, he had a little bit of a rash and he shit his diaper and immediately goes over to Caitlin. He's like, he starts going, "Diaper, diaper, diaper." Because we think like it was hurting his butt, the poo sitting there or whatever. Because like I said, he already had a rash. So she's just like, "What? Diaper?" And he's just, "Diaper, diaper, diaper." And she said it was one of the few times she ever picked him up and put him on the changing table and didn't fight. He was just like, "Yep. Gonna read my book.
Thank you, slave."
Thank you, slave. My ass is a bit chapped and I need you to take care of that. Wipe my asshole. Diaper. The way you saying it, she was like, you might as well have been snapping his fingers. Like, "Hey, diaper, diaper, come on. Change, wipe my poo."
Good for him. He'll never be able to do that again until he's 90, 95 or whatever. Right?
Diaper, diaper. Living it up.
This week, I have no stories like that. I just went to see some magician this weekend, and he was did every trick was impossible. Like I have no idea how he even did it, but it was like
Usually the bunny's already in the hat. Did he take a
really?
bunny out of his hat?
He did not. It was
Not
all
a real
card.
magician.
It was all card tricks. So a lot of it was like
100% card tricks. Is this the guy with the inner circle?
no,
Oh God.
no.
Okay.
Jason Ladanye, I think. Yeah, he so a lot of card tricks is you open a new deck and because you're so good at shuffling, you can shuffle the cards to where you want them to be and get all the kings on the top or whatever kind of things. And it looks amazing because you're shuffling and doing fake shuffles and like, oh, mixing all the cards up. And here's a king, here's a king, here's a king. This weird kind of like fuck you attitude, like I'm too cool for the room, which was weird. And he also like when they introduced him, they came out and it was like, who here follows him on social media? And people were like, yeah. And he's like, the MC, it wasn't him, and it was like he has 2 million followers. He's followed by The Rock and these people, and it was just like kind of like building him up. And it's like we're all here to see him. We didn't know him. We're part of this wine club, and we got free tickets. So Jamie just saw a magician. We were like, oh sure, we'll go. But everyone else is there to see him because they know him. And it's like you don't have to blow him up before he comes out.
Is it this guy?
That's him. Yeah.
Brand new deck of cards. And we'll consider this the last trick of the evening. So I'd like to thank you all for
By the way,
helping
one of
me
the
out.
suggested people here
And
on
I
the
don't know
right
when's the last
is,
time you opened up a brand new deck
Shin
of cards.
Shin Lim.
Brand new
You ever
decks
seen
always
Shin
come
Lim?
with some junk cards.
Does Shin Lim perform at Shen Yun?
He should.
Shin Lim's headlining Shen Yun this year.
That'd be perfect.
Shin Lim Shen Yun. Say that 100 times in a row. Shin Lin Shen Yun. Shin Lin Shen Yun. Shin Lin Shen Yun. No, Shin Lim Shen Yun.
Like besides maybe Copperfield and Penn and Teller, Shin Lim's like the biggest magician. Like I think he's bigger than Chris Angel. Like things that people magicians that people know. Yeah,
I've never heard of the Shin Lim.
And like Chris Angel gets shit on because he's kind of cheesy and fake.
But it's a bit of a
cornball.
Gaylord, I think.
Yeah.
The edge magician.
Yeah.
He's edgelord. He likes to edge while he does magic.
And on his show, he did a lot of those like camera tricks.
Mind fuck. No, mind freak.
Mind freak, yeah.
Ass freak.
Remember the parody of Mind Freak? That was like a huge internet meme in probably 2010.
Oh.
Was it Chris Angel? It might have been David Blaine. I think it was David Blaine he was parodying. Where you do a trick and
magic.
then be like,
and black people jump off a roof. Yeah.
But yeah, this guy was
Ladanya.
Jokers and such. So we'll get rid of those. And I also have to give the cards a couple shots.
So is this
because brand new decks always run with the ace.
It was two of you at the table and just him doing card tricks for you?
I wish. No, he brought two people up on stage the whole time, just two people sitting there the whole time. But then he had like a screen over him and two screens to the right and left because he's a card magician. Like you need to see. You can't. It's a big crowd. It's like, how can you see? So it's just like you were kind of watching the TV the whole time.
Sounds great. Got gas. This card trick looks amazing. Hold on.
I end up a winner. I certainly don't deal myself 4 aces every hand. That'll be too sensational. I don't want it to be obvious that I'm cheating. So all I have to do is deal myself hands that are slightly better than my opponent's. So to stay sharp, I practice cutting to all of the hands from lowest to highest. And John, I might ask you to read some of those hands off for me because they're all listed there from lowest to highest. And they list all the hands, but they also list the odds.
I'm
but
sorry.
The odds apply to straight poker.
I'm a fucking... I'm way more into the Blackstreet magic where within 10 seconds, he just like, you see this? Foo, it's in flash paper, it's on fire. And I'm like, I run away and I go, oh my God.
That was my kind of problem with him, where it was like all these tricks, I have no idea besides like he can manipulate the shuffle and knows where cards are and can shuffle them perfectly to get them in order, which is an amazing skill, but it's not like an amazing trick. It's not like you're just like, holy fuck, how did he do that? But it's not like, Wow, this is
No.
amazing.
It's just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
That must have taken a lot of practice.
A lot of practice.
You should practice throwing a bunch of balls in a triangle. We're more of a wow factor to your trick.
But the one trick he did that I can't even imagine how it was done was he did like the card wash, you know, like what casinos do, where they put all the cards on the table and swoosh them around.
At the card wash.
Card wash. And before that, he had a guy either just like not even pick a card, just like name a card, and he named the 3 of spades. And he does the card wash, puts them all on the table, and takes a coin and flicks it. And they like agree if it's either the one it's on, the topmost one it's on, or the one that it's the majority of it that it's on the card, because there's a bunch of cards.
Are you sure the trick wasn't he flicked a coin and you just heard someone go, "That's mine. That belongs to me, sir. Excuse me, finders keepers. That belongs to me. I saw that coin first."
So he does the thing. The guy picks whichever, not the majority, whatever is like the top one or whatever it is. And he flicks it and misses a few times, and he flicks it and it spins around all the cards and lands, and looked completely random. He didn't look at any of the cards, and then just like pulled up the card, and that was a 3 of spades. I have no idea. It's like some strange thing. I don't know. Obviously, there's some trick to it, but like things like that where you're just like, you didn't even like touch the cards or anything. And
You didn't stand up and but what the fuck was that?
Shit.
You can't do that. You're cheating somehow. This guy's a phony.
And he had like one joke in the act,
Nice.
many jokes, but one of the main jokes was like, "Hey, what's your name?"
My name?
Yeah.
I forget.
Hey, what's your name?
Steve.
Right.
What?
That's what we do multiple times. Right. After you said your name. Like,
And
okay.
then he just moved on.
Yeah. Or just kept talking to him or whatever. No, but he had this one joke.
I would stop the show and be like, Sir, wait, why did you ask me my name? Sir,
Sir.
Are we doing a magic trick? He didn't like say them off at the end, like Steve, Doris,
No.
Kelly. I remembered all 3 names.
A bunch of times he like forgot the name and had to ask him again.
Right. I was just owning the crowd. Just gotcha.
That's what his whole kind of demeanor was. Just like, I'm better than the crowd and fuck you guys. Like, I don't know. But
What if his trick should have just been like he pulled out a deck of cards and went, "Get ready for this." Just spits in the crowd.
He definitely had a bunch of these like, "Hey, you want a souvenir?" And he just throws the whole deck at the people.
See, I like that.
Maybe you would have liked this guy.
I would have liked the fucking the tart saucy. Just yeah, you guys want have a deck of cards, you fucking bunch of assholes. I hate all of you. If you just didn't open up the deck and just whipped it at someone's head. Here you go, souvenir, fuckhead.
So his one joke was how he went to go to see like a tarot card reader to tell his fortune. And he's telling it, and he's just like, was it this card? Or I can't really remember. And then this, and then and it's going on for like 3 or 4 minutes where every part of the story is like, I can't. But I mean, either way, but then this happened, but maybe. So then at the end, she gave me 2 wishes for a really big dick or bad memory.
Or bad memory.
Or a bad, either I could get, or really good memory or whatever. Or like, yeah. So I took the wish for the big dick.
He took
like, it was
the
such
wish.
a stupid sophomoric joke for no reason. Like the
So
whole
he
show.
wasted 5 minutes
Yes.
just saying, "I got a big fucking pecka." He's just doing the fucking cards. "I got a big fucking pecka, guys." You went to see Chip. That's pretty cool.
That would be cool.
You guys want to see a fucking card trick? There. It's a souvenir.
Yeah, at least he should have been doing something with it. But he was just like, it was getting really weird where it was like, what are you doing? Why you keep forgetting all these things? And then I thought it was like, oh, it's gonna have something to do with the trick, and it wasn't. Then it was just like
would have been great if all that lead up, and then he just pulls like a jack of spades out, and he's like, now it's hard for me to jack off because my dick's so big. Hello, is this thing on? Hello, guys. Said I got a big pecka.
But I mean, there was probably 400 people there to see him.
Wow,
it's pretty good.
A lot for
I
mean, I know who am I to say, but I don't like that kind of magic. I think it's fucking boring. Card tricks seem like the most boring version possible of a magician.
They're good on TV. I enjoy them on TV, or like my Aussie win experience where I was sitting at the table of Inner Circle. I forgot what it was called. I was going to say the table of honor.
Like I would like a card trick magician if he did other magic tricks and cards just fell out. Like if he saws a lady in half and just cards fall out everywhere, like it's her blood. And she just cards are gushing everywhere. That would be a cool and like stuff like that. He gets dunked in a tank with a straitjacket on, and just like he just starts pulling cards out of the straitjacket and can't get out of the water. Like instead of he's looking for the key in his straitjacket, but he just keeps pulling. Was this your card? I can't find the key. But just plain, he's gonna sit there and go, all right, I'm gonna spread them all out. You said 3 spades. Found it. I get that that's hard to do. It takes a lot of practice.
Yeah.
But much like the man with the triangle and the balls, I'm like, for what?
Yeah.
I don't like it.
You're right. Yeah. Yeah. Even on like this season of, you ever see Penn and Teller Fool Us? The premise where like magicians come on and do a 10 minute trick, and then Penn and Teller try to debunk them and say how they did it. Not overtly, they kind of give them clues, so they're not just like, you did a double lift there, and that's why and so at the end of the show, Penn and Teller always do a trick, and they did one where it was really weird. They just like had someone come up, and they were just like, oh, look, M&Ms, and now we'll put some blue M&Ms in there, and here, throw the M&Ms, and then Penn would like stick a ping pong ball in his mouth and just spit it out, and there was nothing really like making sense, and I was like, what the fuck is going? And there was like no trick at the end of it, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And then they go to commercial, come back, and they play the video of that whole thing we just watched backwards. And it looks like the most amazing magic. Like they're like, they redo the voices. So Penn's like doing his own voice, and Teller's doing the woman's voice that's trying to help out. And he's like, hey, someone from the audience, throw me a ping pong ball. And he catch it in his mouth, that kind of stuff. So everything was backwards. Like, Teller, I bet you can't take all those blue M&Ms out of that pile of mixed M&Ms. He's like, yes, I can. And he pulls it out. But it was like, so that's what I was kind of waiting for with this Jason LaDonnier guy. Like, oh, there's going to be a reason why he wasted 5 minutes doing this whole stupid joke. But then there wasn't any payoff. It was just like he wanted to tell a joke that he had a big dick. Really weird.
Sign of a great magician.
Yeah.
He has a big lump in his pants.
Like we could tell how confident you are already. You don't have to keep saying how big of a dick you are.
Yeah.
Dick you have.
He should stick to throwing cards into the audience. Just pelting people with full decks of cards. I think that would be pretty fun. Yeah, no, I'm never into magic, believe it or not. A fat wop from Staten Island, not a big magic guy. I should be. I'm easily fooled. Internet always tricking me.
Yeah, not into it. I guess I'm not most people aren't.
Yeah.
Really. It's not that strange of a thing.
Kids love it, I think.
Thanks.
But or adults with refined taste.
It's definitely not refined taste though.
No. You but it's good for Black History Month. You're celebrating in the way that a lot of Black people would go, oh my God, how he do that? How he even do that? Speaking of celebrating Black History Month, we'd be remiss if we didn't play the video I try to play every Black History Month Oh, that's not even the long version. Hold on. The David Guetta George Floyd tribute.
Dedication, yeah.
Which this was, I think, in 2020, directly after the big to-do with Mr.
Yeah,
Floyd.
definitely.
Yeah, he. Okay, hold on, everybody. Everybody, hold your horses, and let's all celebrate Black History Month together with my best friend David Guetta.
Is he still a big DJ?
All right,
Guess
people.
so.
I guess.
United at home. The world is going through difficult times.
What do you think he did with the donate money? You think he gave it all to George Floyd?
Yeah. He went
guess
to
you
the,
have to.
the golden casket
out
in Minnesota. He popped it open and just dumped the money in. He go, "Here you go, George. This is for you. You raised 12 grand. A lot of it is in singles and
quarters.
Please accept our gift, George."
In America too, actually.
No, mostly America.
So last night,
I
know we
rewind
were difficult times. And America too, actually. So
But I think
last night,
COVID.
Yeah, I guess he meant the whole world's going through
Yeah.
stuff. But America too, actually. But the whole reason he's doing this part right now is it's a tribute to George Floyd.
Yeah, true.
He's gonna, this is along the same lines of the NFL stopping and ending racism by painting it in the end zone.
So dumb.
He's like, if I just played this song, it's all gonna go away. Everybody happy.
I wonder what building he's on that they have like such a. It's got to be a tall building because he has such a view of the Empire State Building. I wonder if it's the Chrysler or is it
Bill Schultz's apartment?
Yeah, because he's north because you could see the Freedom Tower down below.
Yeah. Well, anywho.
I knew we were going to do this. And I made a special record.
A special record.
So this record is in honor of George Floyd. And I really hope we can see more unity and more peace when already things are so difficult. So, shout out to his family.
Good.
So even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream. I have a dream.
Right after the drop, the fucking amount donated more than doubled.
Oh yeah,
it went from 12 to 27,000 after the Martin Luther King drop. Oh, I have a dream.
Now, who is that? Jessica Robert Fires?
Pyers, the France national team and Arsenal legend football player.
Oh, I don't know him.
This nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of the creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men are created equal.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Let freedom ring, ding dong, ding dong. Let freedom ring.
Day on the red hills of Georgia, sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream. My poor little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of
Oh
their
my God, he had
character.
screens of the people watching so you could see the audience.
How is that? Did the black people like it?
I like how he took off a pair of headphones, put them down, walked over a few feet, picked up another pair of headphones, then put them around his neck.
This is for the base. I had to make it basic for the black people. They like it. Okay, guys, stop burning everything now.
Please.
Everybody, please be nice for the blacks. Thank you, David Guetta.
What a time.
Solidifying
That moment in history.
that moment in history
Yeah.
with that wonderful, beautiful song. Another moment in Black history happened the other day, by the way.
Sydney, Nova Scotia?
No, in select cities such as Atlanta, Philadelphia, I think New York. Popeyes Chicken did a collab with Don Julio Tequila.
Oh my God. Okay.
And released a Don Julio chicken sandwich at Popeyes.
Huh.
And
now, is Don Julio a black drink?
it's tequila. I don't think.
Like if they did Hennessy, right?
I think that would be a little too on the nose.
nose.
I think it would be. I mean, people were saying already about this, like, black folks, what are we doing? Like the CIA or whatever. They just, so many people said the CIA just, there were such marks, they could get us to do fucking anything. Like, why? But people were lining up, not as much as they were lining up for the very first chicken sandwich at Popeyes. I don't know if you remember, but that was, I think, in either 2020 or 2021. It must have been 2021 because people were able to go line up for a chicken sandwich. But yeah, they were lining up for this, and there was car accidents, there was fighting and mini rioting because they ran out of the chicken sandwiches.
Oh.
And you're never going to guess the demographic of 90% of the people waiting in line.
Jewish women?
Yep, they were all Jews, Jew women, Jewesses. But here was just a little clip of the celebration going on and the fun everyone was having.
Nice.
Getting the Don Julio Popeyes
But this
chicken
just
sandwich.
happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
This was like the last week.
All out here, we all got the hoolie, you feel what I'm saying? What's up, you want a shot of this? Why not? Came from Maryland for this, bro. Come on. Woke up at 7 a.m. Oh, I gotta tap the bottle, cuz. Gotta tap the bottle. You know what I mean? Tap the bottle. You bless the bottle. Oh, bless that jump. Bless that jump. Gotta bless the bottle, man. We doing it the right way in the Popeyes. You feel me? Cool. Thank you. Thank you. Everybody trying to tap that hoolie. See everybody pouring it up.
Now, is that like an expensive tequila?
Mid.
Oh, okay.
It's not cheap, but it's not like the most expensive.
Yeah, yeah.
I haven't bought a bottle of it, but I think it's around $40-$50.
Oh, okay.
So it's not, it's not dirt cheap, but it's not like expensive.
Everybody got the dime, y'all. Whole time, homie, drinking and driving. Yo, it's 10 in the morning, and this place is flooded with people eating fried chicken and drinking Don Julio. Just a little bit. Nah, hit it with the dime. With the dime. Little swirl. This joint better with the dime. I don't know what they doing, y'all. I'm all for this. But they say it's a Don Julio chicken sandwich. Man, I don't taste no dime. That's more like it. That's way more like it.
Poured tequila on the sandwich.
It's too early to drink, ain't it? Never too early.
This is why I love this.
It's cool. Let's do it.
Racially ambiguous, but kind of black guy walking around with tequila, pouring it in everyone's cup.
But everyone that goes there is like down to start drinking at 10 in the morning. They're like, fuck yeah, I'm here to have fun.
True.
You know?
I mean, I've never been to a Popeyes at 10 a.m.
I didn't even know they were open that early.
Apparently when there's a big chicken sandwich drop. I've been in a Popeyes once in like the last 10 years, and it was every bad thing I pictured. The food was trash. The people inside were all trash people.
What? The food was trash?
The food was trash. It was bad.
The chicken? You got chicken?
It was the greasiest, like shittiest fried chicken I've ever had.
What? Did you get the spicy?
It was like soggy, and the meat was like I couldn't tell if I had dark or light meat because it was this gray greenish color. Like the place I went to
What
was
Popeyes did you go to?
in the hood. It was in the shitty Popeyes in a shit part of the fucking earth in Staten Island.
Now, was it like Indians running it or
No.
black people?
All black people.
Huh.
And it was at night, and everybody in there was screaming and yelling and acting a fool. And I was like, I want to just get my chicken and get the fuck out of here.
That's the ambiance of Popeyes.
It was for some reason I was very on edge, and I was like, I just got to get out of here. I got my chicken, and it was fucking god awful.
Oh no, I've never had a bad experience at Popeyes, especially food wise.
Oh, I think they cooked mine between their butt cheeks.
I guess so.
It was fucking shit. Maybe I got to try again with the Don Julio chicken.
They even have like it's like a meal for two, and I just get that myself, and that's not hardly even enough. And usually I get like they usually have a deal like $12 for 12 pieces or something. I'll do that and then have because just the only thing better than Popeyes is next day reheated Popeyes in your oven.
I can't even picture reheating this shit. It would have been because it was already disgusting fresh. That like
wow.
And
I'm sorry.
I would like to go to another Popeyes, but the only one I know of is the one in Shitville, and I ain't going back there. I don't even think it's still there. Actually, I think it's gone.
Probably.
I don't even know. Yeah, probably because it was a fucking blight on this planet. It was really just not a fun place. Yeah, I don't even know if it's still there. What the fuck is this? It's your Popeyes credit card?
Gift card.
Here's Garrett's credit card numbers for his Popeyes card. How much is on this?
I'm not sure. Probably just $25 though.
Oh, okay.
Cheers. My boy JL. You think that this is bad for the black community? Absolutely. You see how many people out here? I mean, it's more than black people out here, but if you look at the majority, the people is out here from 8 a.m. I got here.
Oh, wait, hold on.
They gave us, cheers. My boy JL. You think that this is bad for the black community? Absolutely. You see how many people out here? I mean, it's more than black people out here, but if you look at the majority, people is out here from 8 a.m. I got here at 10:10. They gave us orange wristbands on our black skin. What's the colors of jumpsuit in jail? Orange. And they gonna give us fried chicken and down low. You got a fifth with you. Listen, don't let Dr. Umar see me out here. It's gonna be a problem.
Oh no, the crash.
Y'all, that Don got them cutting up.
Don got them crashing the fuck out early.
So yeah, there was at least one car crash. I didn't see any fights, but I highly doubt that they got away scot-free with people showing up to line up for fucking Don Julio fried chicken sandwiches.
Now, was this a one-off thing? Or maybe you don't know.
I think
like,
they
can
still.
I go there now and get it?
It was only in select cities.
Oh, okay.
So it might have been a like 1 day, 2 day thing. But yeah, I didn't look up how long they were doing it for because quite honestly, I had no intention on ever going to get it. I don't want to pour Don Julio on my fried chicken sandwich and hang out with JL, my boy JL, and all his boys with my orange prison jumpsuit band on.
No, that looked fun.
Marshall Bobry said they should have poured Chambord. I agree. Chambord chicken, a little sweet, little tangy, a little spicy. That'd be pretty fucking amazing.
Would be.
Bob Fanapatrice, Apple Voice to Voice D to text sucks. I'm not that stupid. And then he said, did Garrett say Chris Angle's magic was fake?
Chris Angels, yeah. Angles.
How could you say such a thing? His magic's not fake.
It is.
Blasphemer, Garrett.
That Mind Freak show definitely was.
No.
Where he'd have like the woman and he'd like rip off her legs and she'd be like, hey, give me back my legs. And she'd walk after him on her hands.
It's
and
real.
It was like
He really ripped her legs off.
I don't know. I just wasn't that big of a fan of his.
Why? Because you didn't think she deserved it? You didn't think she deserved to have her legs ripped off? You don't know what she did.
It was like just a lot of stupid just camera edits, which isn't really magic. You have to do some sort of trick.
Well, it's a trick. You don't know how he does it.
You just cut. Or you hire a freak show from the circus that has no legs, and you put
Yeah.
fake legs on her, and then like, I'm stealing your legs, and no, get back here. And she walks on her hands to try to get the legs back.
Is he the one that did the Shaq balloon?
I think so.
That was crazy magic. That was a big O&A thing.
Yeah.
The Shaq balloon. Yeah,
That was another thing where
he
he just
levitated
edited.
Shaq over a house, and it was very clearly they made an imitation Shaq balloon that they then, because the thing's just laying perfectly still with no facial movement, doesn't blink, and it's just big Shaq. It looks like a balloon, looks like Shaq, and it just slowly floats over a house. It goes to the side, and Shaq's like, "Whoa, I was floating. I can't believe it. I was made a magic out of. I was on the Orlando Magic, and now I am the Orlando Magic."
Did you happen to catch any of the LA Fire Aid concert?
I did not know that was even a thing. No.
Yeah, I didn't really either until on YouTube it came up like Nirvana reunion.
Oh yeah, I saw something
You
about
heard
that.
about this?
They reunioned with. They put Kurt Cobain's fucking really misshaped, fucked up skull corpse on stage, and then just moved his lips.
No, they actually replaced. They did 4 songs, and they replaced him each song with a woman singer.
Why?
I don't know why women singers, but
There wasn't one guy that.
But the thing was, every woman like killed it. You know, now Soundgarden replaced their singer with a woman singer. Stinks. Linkin Park replaced their singer with a woman singer. Not stinks, but it's not the same. These women like sounded like him, kind of, you know, like they had the same feel and emotion and everything. I was really impressed with it. Yeah, they did it with.
Was it any women we would know?
So the first woman, apparently was ranked number 26 best guitarist in the world, St. Vincent. I never heard of her. I tried looking her up, like if she was in a band, but it seemed like she's more of like a Iggy Malmsteen kind of thing, like her own kind of art. She came out. I forget what song she did. I sent it in the prep. She did, and they didn't do like Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Oh, I want them to do that. Best song.
Yeah, St. Vincent did Breed, which was really good. Then Kim Gordon from Sonic Youth. I don't know if you would know her.
I know the name of that band.
Yeah. And then she was actually the worst just because she forgot one of the lines.
This is a good song.
Yeah.
I don't care, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. Own a song. Are you sure this was good?
I think she had a little audio issue.
Something was wrong there, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't hear her.
It sounded better on my TV, maybe.
Turn her mic up.
Pat Smear came back, and he was in the Nirvana Unplugged. Played on a few songs there.
Something sounds off.
It sounds like a little behind the beat or
Yeah,
something.
something's fucked up.
But like the voice, I don't know. I kind of didn't mind it. I was ready to hate it.
Right. How about this lady? Who's this?
This is a Sonic Youth girl. Amazing.
Am I nuts? Like her mic is low, like the mic's low.
I mean, it could just be your computer speakers. I
Maybe
don't know.
it's probably my computer. Sounds fine.
Home chat. More Chris Novoselic who's ever did anything after Aces.
This is the last one.
And the last one is Pilot Roll, Dave Grohl's daughter.
Oh wow.
Easily abused.
I thought she was might have been the best.
They should tour with her. That's probably the idea.
Yeah.
Or they should bring all four of these broads.
So why Dave Grohl doesn't need to tour, you know? He's the Foo Fighters.
What about the other guy? Chris Novoselic.
That's the thing. Like, I guess he would need to, but
come on, Dave, please. Just let your daughter sing herself. I don't care. Please. I'm fucking broke. Kurt blew his head off in the 90s. That was a long time ago. I am fucking broke.
Done one thing. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I wonder if they all three of them got writing credits for this song, or if it was just Kurt, or just Kurt and Dave, because Dave seems to know how to write songs. But yeah, Chris Novoselic, right? Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if he's still rich or not. I mean, he must be, because I never heard. He's not doing anything. It's not like I heard he got a job, you know. So he probably just lives off the royalties.
Maybe he did. Maybe he's doing something else. Maybe he got into like crypto.
Maybe.
Or he's gambling on DraftKings every day as a living. But yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, no, I was like, all right, it wasn't that bad. Or I actually enjoyed it. Expecting to hate it.
I didn't hate that.
You know, it was.
I didn't love it. Definitely didn't hate it though.
That was the thing. I was expecting to hate it. I was like, oh
Yeah.
my God, Nirvana's coming back. Oh, and then it's like women, and then they kept bringing up
They think four broads gonna replace that beautiful silky voice, that suicidal homo, Kurt Cobain, whose wife killed him. Bob Vanovich says Garrett thinks some magic is real.
I don't know. Trying to think of an example, but I can't.
You thought that lady's legs getting chopped off and running away was real?
No, that's true. I thought Shaq Balloon was real.
Shaq Balloon was real. It was a real Shaq Balloon. Marcus, number 42 on the board. 42 in your hearts. Mark the Gracci. If you want to see an awesome bite from my beautiful dog, check your email. Well. I'll check my email. My cute dog bite. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Mark, what
are you
the
doing?
fuck happened?
What the fuck? Is that on the dog or on him?
That's
Mark?
on him. Hold on. Let me load all these pictures up so everybody can get the
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Do we even want to show these?
We have to.
Holy shit.
Mark is a board member. If he sends us stuff and oh my God, Mark.
Mark, come on.
Are you
dude.
alive?
What the fuck?
What the fuck happened? All right. Well, we can't just tease everyone like this. We got to show them now that we've seen it. So that's the dog. Lovely young.
What a cute cocker spaniel.
Lovely droopy-eyed dog that apparently is filled with just disease. There's a diseased mutt because. Oh my gosh! Should I zoom in on it?
No.
Zoom more. All right, brace yourselves. If you're eating something right now, and especially if it has like a melted cheese on it, don't look. Avert your eyes from the screen because Mark wants you all to vomit. There is Mark's dog bite. Again, a little cream cheese, a little burnt cream cheese on the top of it. Mark, you shouldn't eat bagels above your dog bite if it's festering infection like that. What part of your body is that? Is that the leg? Is that the arm? Is that an ass cheek? Don't worry. There's There's worse. There's worse.
God.
Mark, what happened to you? Again, avert your eyes if you really are squeamish
it looks like
at all.
pomegranates in there.
Mark has a pomegranate. I guess got to be his leg. That's the inside. He ripped a pomegranate in half, put it on his arm, and was like, "Look, guys, a dog bite." Mark, that's insanely gross. That's fucking insane. Black, clearly infected. I hope.
God.
And then the last one, where I guess a doctor has drawn on it because they have to cut your leg. Are they cutting your leg off? Is that your arm? That looks like, I want to say it's a leg. And they're probably cutting it off.
God, what the fuck?
Because now your pomegranate has boogers all over it. Mark, you should not have smeared your boogers all over your infection. I promise you that will not make it better. That will definitely make it worse.
Oh, all right, take it off.
Fucking holy hell,
Holy
Mark.
shit.
Why? What the
How
fuck?
does that even happen? How do you even get a bite that round from a dog, first of all? Unless it bit your leg and then
bit
pulled
the
and ripped
skin
the whole
off.
thing off?
Yeah, it had to have.
What the fuck? How
I
does it
think
even
what
get that big
you're
of a bite?
supposed to do in that situation, you bite the dog back and you have to rip a chunk out of it or else yours festers. You have to, that's
Yeah.
why the whole phrase, the dog of the hair that bit you, comes from dog bite infections. If you don't bite the dog back and rip a chunk of its skin out and consume it, your body won't have the proper antibodies it needs to fight off infection from this dog bite.
Huh.
And you're going to have pomegranate leg, just like Mark DeGrazia.
Wow. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I remember when
That was really awful, Mark. Please, thoughts and prayers. I hope you don't die from that. But for the love of God, I don't ever want to see it again. Please.
When I was like 10 to 12, around there, went to a card show with my friend Glenn and this other kid, Ryan Crabtree.
Crabtree.
And we left the card show, and it was, it was like in a basement of a hotel kind of thing.
Now, hold on. Is this another magician card show?
No, baseball card show.
Oh. What is a baseball card show? Like,
there's
how they sell it?
vendors around
Yeah,
and you buy cards or whatever.
Mariano Rivera's at the end of the thing
Yeah,
signing them, and there's a bunch
yeah.
of fucking 50-year-old dorks
Uh-huh.
showing off their memorabilia.
So we come out of the hotel basement kind of thing, walk up the steps, and we're walking to our car, and there's kind of some sort of like railing, a little short railing ahead of us, and Ryan Crabtree goes, see you guys later, and goes to just hop over the railing, but didn't realize that it was a stairway, a circular stairway down to the basement again, where there was like a nightclub or something. And also we just hear, Jesus! And he disappears.
Your cartoon character friend fell off the face of the earth.
He disappeared. And we're like, oh, you okay? We go look down there. And there was like some sort of metal pole, and it caught his leg and impaled it.
Oh,
and
fuck.
it, like, he didn't get stuck on it, but it like caught and punctured a hole in his leg. And he was like, yeah, I'm fine. And he
The fruit
came
of a
up,
crab
and it was,
tree.
just like this hole in his leg. And his parents weren't home. We had to drive him home and try to get in touch with his parents and take him to the hospital. Because like,
Wait, but you drove him home?
You can't take a kid to a hospital. You have to have a parent has to admit them to a hospital.
Wait, but if you were old enough to drive.
No. This is I was like 10 or 12 years old.
Oh.
Like my parents, my mom and stepdad.
Your mom and
They
stepdad
drove him back to his house.
had a child with a hole in his body.
Yes.
And they're like, we got to get you back to your house. I'm not fucking dealing with this.
Yeah. But he showed it to us, and it looked like fucking pomegranate leg. Like I
Oh,
still
God.
remember it.
Ah.
Yeah, and it was so, and he was like just sitting in the car, and I remember we were waiting for we went back to his house, and I think his grandpa was home or whatever. We were trying to find his parent, and I just got out of the car and just like walked circles around his house because I like didn't want to be in the car with him, and I was like, just get this over with. I don't want to.
What the fuck? You should have taken his ass to the hospital.
I don't think you can. That's what my mom was saying.
You can take a child to the emergency room if they have a hole in their body. What would the hospital go like? Listen, you're not this kid's parent. Get out of here. Take your fucking Swiss cheese child. Get the fuck. We're not dealing with that. No, they would take him in and go, "Are you the parent?"
Permission from someone.
What? Permission? It's an emergency. The kid's bleeding out of a hole in his body.
Like it wasn't like he was gonna die.
He could have. If
He was
Grandpa
he
wasn't
just
home
had,
long
like, a
enough,
hole in his thing. In
he
his
wasn't
leg.
bleeding like a lot.
Not really. No.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
God, I would think no matter what, if Charlie has a friend over who impales himself on the stairs, first of all, I'm not gonna be like, oh no, I'm gonna be like, you fucking little cunt. Now I have to deal with this. You fucking kidding me? That's probably why your mom was like, no, we don't have permission. We gotta drop him off at his dad because I'm not fucking
I'm not
dealing
sitting
with
in the
this.
hospital. Yeah.
No, because then,
This
especially
was
back
before
then,
cell phones, you couldn't.
right?
Yeah.
They're gonna have to figure out how to get in touch with the parents. They got this kid.
Yeah.
In the hospital, it's like, well, we got to stay here all night with this little fucker. Yeah, they probably should just like, this is going to be harder to deal with than not. He's not bleeding out to death, so it's either we drive him home or put him in an ambulance. Either way, we're not dealing with it.
Like I don't really remember any. I'm sure there was some blood, but like really any blood, and like he stayed in the car. It wasn't like
When
they
you get
were.
impaled, there's going to be some blood.
I
think.
yeah. I'm seeing my friend Glenn this weekend coming up. Maybe I'll ask him about it.
The first thing you say when you see Glenn, before you even say hello, was there a lot of blood when Crabtree got impaled? I don't remember the blood.
Yeah.
Just talking to my friends about it, and we were talking about how much blood came out of our 10-year-old friend. I said not a lot. He said that's impossible.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask him. We'll see. I'll get my answer.
But yeah, 100%. Because I would panic and be like, "We gotta get you to the hospital right fucking now." Because it's not my kid, I'd be like, "I don't know. I don't want you fucking dying." Or the leg gets all fucked up, and now this is my fault. Like I'm getting sued because I was supposed to watch you, and I didn't even bring you to the hospital, even though you had a fucking giant hole in your leg, and I could see pomegranate seeds. I would be afraid to not take him to the hospital.
Yeah, it looked like that. Like you could see just little fat blobs, and it was like,
ugh, is right.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Mark, for really upsetting everyone.
Yeah,
that was excellent. Excellent infection. Please, I hope they don't have to take the leg because there was marker around it. Like the doctor was drawing. Like, all right, we're gonna have to chop all this out. We're gonna have to just kind of gut your body and hope that works.
Fuck.
Yeah, tell your dog it's a bad dog. I would give a bad dog to that dog. Bad dog.
You look so cute, though. How can you say that to that cute guy?
Ed said, what'd you do to your dog, by the way, that it bit you so hard it ripped a fucking giant chunk of your flesh off? I would apologize to the dog, maybe. Depending on what you did. You were cornholing your fucking dog.
Yeah.
Let's go to Edie Cam to remind everyone that I also have a vicious aminal.
Oh my God. Calm down, Edie.
Whoa, hey, please don't rip my skin.
Oh.
Edie, go relax. Oh, good. She listened. She's relaxing finally.
She definitely could if she wanted to. Tear some shit up, though.
Much like Mark Degrassi's leg, there would be a new asshole somewhere on my body if Edie decided to go buck wild on me. She's a big girl. She's part German Shepherd, part Terrier. She's she's an animal crafted by God himself.
You say when she plays with other dogs, she kind of gets rough.
Not rough. She's just very playful with other dogs, but she'll make noises. She'll go like that are like kind of scary, but she doesn't do anything. She just sounds a little scary sometimes. And there was the one time she kind of bit the shit out of another dog, but she didn't break the skin or anything. There's no blood.
Yeah.
She just fucking wrapped her jaws around this other dog's neck. I was like, ah! And we were like, hey, what the fuck? Relax. Yeah, and you could tell it was like more than just the play. It was like she was being a little
teaching
rough.
a lesson. Yeah.
The lesson was death. Nothing happened to the dog, and it was all fine in the end, but it was just scary.
Mm-hmm.
We have about 13 minutes left. Should we have to at least talk about it. I guess we can save the Pakistani lady. Excuse me, the New York lady who went to Pakistan for tomorrow because I have about 8 links here.
Nice.
Instead, we can discuss what I saw today when I went on YouTube. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough time to watch the whole thing. I watched about 15, 20 minutes of it.
Okay.
But I went on YouTube today and I'm scrolling through to put a podcast on while I'm doing some dish.
Yeah.
And I see in my queue, it says, or not my queue, my whatever, For You page.
FYP?
My FYP. Gino Bisconti and Keanu Thompson on Sword Fight.
Yeah.
The Jim Norton, Nicky Norton podcast.
I heard about this.
You heard about it, and I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't know about this.
Yeah, Gino told me on our drive home on Thursday night that Bob Fana Patrice guilted him into, but like pressured him into to reach out to Norton to see if he could be a guest on his podcast, and Norton wrote back right away. Was like, fuck yeah.
I'm quite frankly quite jealous. Because yeah, him and Norton, from what I saw in the beginning, they talk a lot about, they go way back to the 90s.
Yeah, that they used to be kind of in the same circle. The Florentine and Norton and Gino and Boss, I guess. And
the Gino's moving on up, getting on some high quality podcasts.
Yeah.
Good for him. Again, I was jealous. I was like, I want to do a show with Jim Norton. Him and Anthony were the reason I liked podcasts because I've said, I used to think stand-up was like the greatest thing in the world until I heard O&A and I was like, no, this is the best. Why would anybody ever do stand-up? Like you just do this. This is sitting around talking and it's more laughs per show than a stand-up one, I think. Like, I don't know. I completely now, like, listening to them flipped how I think things are funny, where now, and even then, whenever I would hear stand up, I would just think of how prepared it was and how it just sounds very overly prepared and not as funny as just a bunch of guys who are funny sitting around bullshitting and talking about funny things.
That's a good point. Yeah, just like the off the cuffness makes things funnier.
Yeah. Especially Norton telling stories about he's holding his shits in until he had rust-colored underwear. He would just have poop pancake, like these awful, like you would never say this stuff out loud, but because you're on a radio show and it's a slow day that day or whatever, you're just like pulling out whatever part about you think is interesting, even if it's weird as shit. I used to love that. And yeah, Bob Fana Patrice, very happy for Gino and Norton.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was Gino and Kiki. And I pulled up. We could watch a couple minutes of it, I think, and just see how the beginning went. Because again, I haven't watched the whole thing yet because it came out today. But yeah, let's see how this went.
Do it.
While I was watching it, I read the comments, or at least I scrolled through a bunch. For some reason, a lot of negativity, a lot of Gino sucks. Wow, Norton's really scraping the bottom of the barrel for guests. A lot of people attacking Gino.
People that didn't even watch it. It's just Gino haters.
Yeah, no, it was people that saw that Gino was on something and just filled the comment section of this fucking video. But that was right in the beginning. Maybe now that more people have seen it, they'll be like, wow, hey, I did see one that was like, I usually don't care for Gino, but he was good on this.
Oh, okay.
So one.
Yeah,
so
nice.
That guy exists.
Is that how they...
It was probably Gino who wrote that, right?
Is that how they sit at the table? Like the two girls don't move to the middle? So they're on camera?
Usually they have one guest and it's 1, 2, 3. Like Nick sits in the middle and Jim on the right and the guest on the left. But I guess because it was 2 and 2, they just split it up that way. 2 on each side.
There needs to be some sort of invention like the podcast table or something.
The table.
Because you don't need the front of it, really, but you need the width of it. But yeah, it's just, I don't know.
You don't like seeing their legs? You don't like seeing Gino curl his legs under the chair? Norton doing the same thing?
But it's just kind of, it almost be better like a Comic-Con panel where everyone just faces the camera head on. But then you can't like look at each other. Yeah, that thing was a disaster, which we told Anthony was going to be. And it was so weird. For some reason, he just wouldn't listen to us for that one thing. He drew out the design we wanted, and we were like, this isn't going to work. And he was like, no, this is how it. And then like Ratner was like, listen, you got to tell him this isn't going to. And I tried telling Anthony, I was like, yeah, I don't think this is the right. It seems like you have it backwards or something. Like the way it was like an L, but Anthony was far away, and then the guest would sit this way. So like the camera would be here. So the first guest would be like super big, and Anthony would be small, sitting back there. So then we had to like reverse it, and then the inside of the table was showing, so we had to get curtains to put on the table. Yeah, but for some reason, even after we told him, we were like, "This isn't going to work right," and he was just, I guess he thought it would, but it just didn't.
That's funny. I was 5 years into Compound being a thing is when I started working there, so I never thought the desk was wrong in any way.
I want to say we did one show with it that way and was like, this is too fucked up.
Oh, so then it turned into the way it was when I got there, which I thought was fairly normal.
No, that desk, that was a whole new desk because we reversed it for a while and had curtains up to cover the inside, and people's legs were hitting the real front of the desk because it was reversed. So then, we finally got a new one, and that setup was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing is with that new one was sometimes a guest would look enormous. Like Ralph Sutton would come on, and he was a fucking Frankenstein of a human being. Like he was a giant guy. Yeah, but he would sit on the far front part of like the two shot.
Yeah.
He would sit all the way to the right sometimes, and he would literally look like a monster. Like especially if he's sitting next to like Joanne, he would look like a big freak monster just sitting next to this poor girl, just towering over her, like.
Well, he was the biggest guest we had,
and he sat in the freak chair all the time. Where just because of the field of view of the camera, he was in the front, so it would look like he was huge. But anywho, so here's Gino Biscanti on Sword Fight with Jim Norton and Nicky Norton.
I never like to talk before the show because there's so many things I want to say. All of them good.
Say it to his face.
If Samson,
they look like
I literally
think they're sure.
She's like, I don't know who Mooch is, and I'm like, I think he's lying around somewhere.
Wow.
Wait, can you go back for a second?
One of the greatest.
Look at Gino. What shoes is Gino wearing?
I've never seen those.
The Adidas shoes with Adidas written all across the front of it.
Yeah, those are pretty stylish.
Okay.
It's not his usual neon orange pair of shoes, so I think they're great.
Okay.
But don't worry, Gad. I know you were concerned. He is wearing a Charger shirt.
Oh, thank God.
Just making
no holes. Though.
Making sure he reps it. I'm actually shocked he didn't wear his Charger shirt covered in holes to this.
I can't. I'm sitting next to him on a plane. I can't wait to see the look on your face as you clutch that monkey and we fly into a mountain.
Oh, save it.
I remember. Wait,
I'm not even saying it right.
Are we recording?
Everything's recorded.
Oh, good. We're in great shape. We do, because I don't remember what and Gino and Keanu, thank you, for coming. I'm let's start. Gino and I know each other you're one of my oldest friends in comedy. Like I know you since 1993 maybe.
Yeah.
You were in Delaware.
Delaware. We used to work the Dave Lovekin, the Steve, I know I'm name dropping bars.
Sure.
And it would be like I'd host, you'd feature, and it was Otto and George.
Yeah.
And I would.
Oh yeah. Professional Gino.
Wow. It looks like Keanu did his hair or something.
I don't know. Yeah, there's no headband though, that's for sure.
Yeah.
He should have worn his formal headband, the cummerbund.
Sit there losing
back
my
when
mind.
I was one and you were sperm, right? Yeah.
Was I even sperm?
Yeah, I mean, what are you at 20 in your 20s?
97.
Oh yeah, I'm 92. So I was 1 year old, and wow, we married old people.
I know.
She reminds me of that a lot.
I know.
Does she remind you of the age difference? I get it all the time. Jim, you'll be dead. I'm like, I know.
Oh my God. I just have dreams of dropping him off at hospice. I really
She
do.
married me for the extra 10 minutes in her set.
It's true. I think I'll make a really chic
Like
widow.
that's something
Like a really cool.
Hold on. We're 2 minutes 43 seconds in. Gino had his first blank out. I don't even know what he said though. It didn't sound like he said
no
the F slur or the N word.
Yeah.
It's
I don't know what that was. It's something. He said she has 10 minutes of it in her set. It's
I almost feel like the audio guy fucked up and hit mute for a second.
Oh, maybe.
Right? Because
I don't know. They on this. I listened to this show. They do cut out.
They do cut out
like cunt and rape and stuff.
Oh, all right.
Because I guess your
For
YouTube,
YouTube.
algorithm, like your video won't get whatever. But yeah, maybe he said and F. He said them both. Just 10 minutes to send it. It's near me.
Sure, I think I'll make a really chic widow, like a really cool, good-looking.
You already look
widow.
like a good widow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I love
Nice.
you.
Yeah.
I love you, though.
What is the age difference between you guys? For us, it's 29 years. It's a big one.
24 years.
Is it? But I wouldn't think that looking at you. Like I would just the way you interact. I would think that.
Yeah.
I never think of it though.
He's a young soul.
I don't either. But that's the problem. Like I've never felt my age, but I've never acted my age.
No. Right.
Like I'm in my 50s. My friends are retiring. I'm like, and I'm sitting there like, you know what it's like to lose a gig. I'm sitting there like,
I sure do.
but you know, it's like, I guess I should be more concerned, but I'm not. You know, it's weird. It's
I like
weird.
your childlike whimsy.
Oh yeah, remember that? Well, our house is parked outside, so we're
Where are you guys living? You're in the city, right?
we're in East Harlem. Yeah.
There is a weird moment like the age where like all of a sudden she'll say something and I'll be like, oh my God, that like, or I'll say something. I'm like, I forget that she's not my age and has no idea what I'm talking about. That's the like part that's hard.
It's different to be with Jim than like a 25-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope so.
It
I hope
is.
it's better, right?
Right.
Yes, in every way.
Good answer.
I mean, I'm laughing at your quick wit, not just the insanity of the statement.
Yeah, she'd be much happier fucking me, watching me flounder than some young guy with a big dick. Who needs that shit? You'd be so bored of that after 9-10 years.
I don't think about our age difference.
I don't either, really. I don't
Only
either.
as a
No, I
joke,
don't.
I do. I don't. Yeah, I mean, I think maturity-wise, we match up perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had no idea you guys, because you know, Keanu, you used to do Chip,
Yes.
and you guys were like kind of on and off at one point. For like, how long have you been together? And like,
All right, they're getting into it.
Yeah. Sounds like they're having a good time.
The dating.
You think he pays for the editing where it's like, if I say Otto and George, put up a picture of Otto and George for 3 seconds. If I say we used to do Chip, put a little video of Chip for 2 seconds up.
Yes. Because like I told you, I looked this place up because I was like, oh, what's with this studio? And they have a package where you pay for the hour of 3-camera shoot. They'll edit it for you, get a social media clip. So I think that's exactly what that was, is they edit out some bad curse words and they'll put some pictures in for you.
Nice.
It's a good deal.
Yeah.
It's
good for them.
Yeah. No, I mean, I guess that's just a teaser. There's an hour and 5 minutes of that left. So
go check it out on YouTube.
Go watch
Sword Fight.
Geno on Sword Fight. I was hoping there was something there we could make fun of Geno for, but so far it's
The
just
shoes.
Well, the shoes are pretty. They look like Sonic the Hedgehog's shoes. They're very big and bright and blocky, but yeah, they're terrible. He should really throw those shoes on a fucking telephone wire in his neighborhood.
Jim's wife has a very
Big dick.
passable voice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I would, if I was just listening on a podcast, I wouldn't know.
No, I honestly, even looking at her for a few seconds, that's just a lady. Nothing else there.
You're right.
Nothing going on.
Good for Jim.
So yeah, I like Sword Fight. I think it's a great podcast. He at one point, because my favorite part of the show is that him and his wife just bicker pretty much every show. They just kind of fight and have little bickery arguments, and I love it. It's really great just listening to Jim Norton dress down this woman who is in her 20s and says dumb shit all the time, and he's just always like, "What do you mean? What are you even talking about? She's always just bringing this up. I don't even know what she's talking about." Like he gets so agitated. It's so funny. At one point, she was telling one of the guests, I don't remember which show this was on, but she was like, "I don't know what it is, but I go home and I'm just bored and I like fall asleep sometimes when Jim is home. Like we'll just be on the couch and I just fall asleep." And Jim's just like, "Yeah, because I come home and I fucking blow you and then you pass out." It's just like, I was like, oh my God. And then, she just starts laughing and giggling. It's like, yeah. But yeah, he comes home, sucks his wife's cock, and then she passes out on the couch, and she's telling this guest, like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel bored with the gym. I just fall asleep when he gets home.
That's so weird. I can't. It's, like, I don't really
can't imagine going down on your wife.
I don't associate that with him, even though like he talks about it all the time. He's a tranny lover and stuff. I always just imagine he's fucking them in the ass.
Yeah, he's fingering their pussy. Yeah, he's licking their clit. And
I just can't imagine him getting held by the hand and be like, "Yeah, Jim, he's like, God,
suck your wife's dick."
I saw a clip of I guess he was on Bonfire maybe today or and they went through his desk at Sirius XM and found all this stuff that he just like never took home, and it was just all like one was like an emoji eggplant that said the Nortons on it that someone carved for him. He's like, yeah, I'm throwing this out. It was just all like stupid stuff like that. It was a pretty funny idea. He was like, yeah, you have a garbage can right now? I'm going to throw it out. And they're like, no, you have to keep that. He's like, no. But it was only like a 30-second clip, so I didn't see how many other items they had, but it seemed like they had a lot of stuff that, we had to do that at Compound where it was like someone sent in some hat removal club sign or whatever. That was a wooden panel sign with cutout letters on it. It's like, what the fuck are we going to do with this? It just sat next to my desk kind of on this in a little crack in the wall for 10 years, and then we threw it out.
Yeah,
and you feel bad because people put time into it and stuff, but you're like, what am I going to do with this?
I had a bag of doodads and gizmos and bric-a-brac and bits and bobs that I was actually going to go back and get with my microwave, and I just never got around to getting it. But yeah, I'm kind of glad I didn't, because I'd be like, what am I going to do with this shit here?
Exactly.
Like, it was already at Compound, just in a closet in a bag. It was already just stuffed somewhere because I had nowhere to put it.
Yeah,
I would have brought it home and like, all right, I guess I'll just put this in the attic so it could sit up there for a long time, and then I'll throw it out eventually.
I don't remember. Yeah.
There was a bag of stuff I rescued, like the Comedy Steve hat. The there's a clown horn. I think it's in. I don't even know where it is now. The one that goes like yeah. I saved that. Other than that, I really didn't save much.
Same.
Wish I'd saved those cool neon lights St. Ranger sent us.
Oh yeah, maybe Drew took them. You should have.
If he took them, they're all his. I don't even. If he did, please. He probably already has a fucking lighting business that he's using them for. I need both lights because it's a 2-light shoot. It's a 2-live crew. I don't even. All his. I'll give him the camera back so we can use it with the lights. Fuck it. Who cares anymore? But yeah, good for Gino. Good for Jim. I'm glad this not going back to serious thing has resulted in I just now see him more on other stuff. I saw him on Legion of Skanks.
Yeah,
that's
true.
Doing his own show plus the Nikki and Jim show. So more Norton outside of something I didn't subscribe to is perfect.
Now, do you like Norton as the leader of the show, or do you prefer Norton as the chime in guy? Like he was on Opie and Anthony.
Both.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I just find him funny and interesting.
Because I've only
because again, like anytime he talks about anything he's doing with his wife, I'm just like, good Lord. Because you're like you said, you just don't think about it. And then he spells it out in plain English, having his wife's balls in his mouth, and it's like, oh God, yeah, because that is what you would do. For Pete's sake.
Because I only watch the Chip Show, which isn't, it's Norton leading, but it's a different thing. Like I've never
That's
really
a different person. I don't even know.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Sorry, excuse me.
Different guy.
I know. I'm part of me.
Yeah. Pardon you. But I hope Trump does. 'Cause I won't. Stinky over here.
But in the Opie and Anthony, that's what I always imagine as the peak Norton But yeah, I haven't really watched. I never watched Jim and Sam. I never watched the Advice Show and Sword Fight yet.
I haven't gotten to the Advice Show yet, but I've watched a good amount of Sword Fight in the past few weeks, and I have to say I'm a big fan.
Good.
I really like Norton leading it, and he mostly just has guests on and asks them questions. Like it's not even like he just sits there and yammers on about his life, but when it does come up, it's always interesting. It's always just like, oh, I didn't picture for some reason that's how that went down. He has mentioned that they don't really do anal at all. He doesn't get it in his ass, definitely. But I don't think he really fucks her butt either. Or they have, but they don't do it that often. He's mentioned something like that. Maybe I'm completely wrong and I'm misremembering. Just a lot of BJs. But he has mentioned that he really misses fucking vaginas. And he's like on the air trying to get Nikki to agree to a threesome with a girl. And she's like, well, I want to do one with a guy. He's like, no, I'm not doing that. No.
Wow, I can't believe you. I guess because he just wants a vagina.
Yeah, he doesn't want more cock.
Yeah.
He's like,
well, maybe he does.
The point he's making, he's like, I have more than enough cock going into my fucking mouth on a daily basis. I've had I want a vagina. He's like, I miss vagina.
She's not into it at all.
Nope. She says they smell weird and they're like, there's just like this weird, clammy, smelly thing that all girls have. But she's like, maybe I'll pick a girl that doesn't have that going on. And just like, all right.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
Wow, good for them.
Good find a girl that's not clammy. Kind of their thing.
Yeah. Little musky.
Big stinky clam.
All right.
I was gonna say, I think since I have 10 links for the Pakistani lady, and maybe there'll be an update on that tomorrow. We might have to just wrap up here because there was no real big news over the weekend. There was nothing.
No football.
No football.
Nothing.
No.
U.S. aid is going to get cut down or removed or dismantled.
Canada puffed their chest out for about 48 hours, somewhere around there, 72.
And then they buckled.
They already buckled today.
They did.
They're already done. The tariff thing.
What was weird is I thought Justin Trudeau resigned like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, I didn't.
There was a whole thing where he had a meeting with his family and said, I'm resigning and blah, blah, blah. And then he was up there again being like, we're going to, oh yeah, well, we'll give you a 25% tariff on Canadian goods and see how that goes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I read a lot of shit lib Twitter, just like, see, you all get what you voted for. You're all now, we got no oil ever. Everyone's going to, price, everything's going up. We're going to be fucked now because of Canada.
And then Chuck Schumer was out there holding up Coronas and avocados and being like, your Super Bowl is going to be ruined now.
Dipshit. You can't buy Corona and avocado. But yeah, Mexico and Canada have already buckled and they've agreed to beef up their border security. And
Panama gave in and kicked China out of dealing with the Panama Canal. Venezuela was like, yeah, we'll take everybody and we'll fly them with our military planes.
I just don't get, like, why were we taking their shit for so long? I guess they were just cutting back money to the people that they accepted this.
I guess.
It had to just be like money shifting hands and we eat their shit all the time.
That's apparently what this U.S. aid thing was just like they, send money places and 80% of it would go to the donors or whoever set up the fund, and then 20% would go to whatever cause. No, what it wasn't even, they put aid in the name, but it was like United States of America International Development.
Ugh.
It had nothing to do with aid at all.
No, it had nothing to do with anything, but people just getting money laundered through their bullshit thing into other people's hands, and then back to the people who legislated for it.
Yeah,
that's how they all get rich.
That's what it seems like it's turning out to be. It was just like a big Democrat money laundering scheme.
Must be a lot of that.
And then the head guy of the Treasury, or like the most important guy in the Treasury, even though I thought that was like Janet Yellen. I thought she was.
What's she yelling for?
But
use your Janet inside voice.
Doge went to be like, hey, give us your figures so we could audit them. And he was like, I quit. See you later. And just left.
Yeah, I wonder.
Because the rumor is the U.S. Treasury never said no to anything. You would just say, we need money for this. Okay, here you go. We need money for this. Here, no questions asked, no matter what it was. But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I think this is also why, if you remember when Trump first got elected, inaugurated, Justin Trudeau met him at the airport because Trump didn't want to talk to him. So Trudeau just kind of like sprung himself on him while he was getting off Air Force and was like, hey, Trump dog, hey, what's up? So you're not gonna like fuck me, right? I'm gonna fuck you. You've been, I don't know how you pulled this shit where we just get tariffed and you don't. I don't know why this is one-sided deal with you, with fucking Canada.
Yeah.
But fuck you. No. It's fine. Just keep everything the way it is. And I won't tell everyone on Twitter to be mean.
Good luck.
But if you just keep everything the way it is, people won't be booing the American national anthem at hockey games. I don't care.
And now I saw him today going after the UK and Europe. He was like, the UK's fucking being a little bitch too, and Europe's even worse. So we're gonna have to start dealing with them. He's cleaning house with the whole planet.
Good. I really don't care about these other places, to be honest.
No.
I think everyone's had it. Everyone's had it with all this extra shit.
All our tax money just going to countries that we don't even. And
that don't like us.
Don't like
all these
us.
People that live here that don't like this place and the people in it. It's like, what the fuck are you doing here? In California, they were shutting down a fucking highway. Mexicans were shutting down the highway. They were waving Mexican flags because they were, fuck Trump, fuck the deportations, fuck all this. And it's like, well, why do you want to be here so fucking bad then? Go fix your stupid shithole. I get the argument of, well, this is where they can make the most money. Yada, yada. Well, then fucking act like this is where you make the most money. Wave an American flag and say, I love it here.
Yeah.
Instead of, why can't I just be here illegally and do whatever I want? Why can't I just fuck you guys?
And not change at all and just keep speaking my language, whatever it is.
Openly hate the people that live here. Openly hate this place.
Yeah.
But I'll go fuck off. Like, I don't know how this happened where we've turned this, like, people have just really been influenced by other shit liberal Americans where they're like, no, you can call this place, trash hole, not actually be allowed to live here, and wave another country's flag, and they're gonna support me and help me.
It's some sort of white guilt, though, where it's like
suicidal empathy. Yeah,
where we're like, oh no, your culture's great too. You could keep doing your culture, and it's like, no, assimilate to our culture.
And again, that doesn't mean you have to start wearing cardigans and cargo pants. Fucking hello, my name is Brian.
Go 9 Mets.
Just don't openly hate this place and openly fucking shit on it. I don't know. I mean, you could shit on it though. That is American. That's an American thing to do. There's just something about watching a group of people waving Mexican flags, saying like "fuck the president." We're like, being like, "Why can't we just be here legally? What's your problem?" Like, no, fuck you.
Yeah,
fuck off.
Well, honestly, like I keep seeing videos of like, look at this empty factory now that immigration came by, or look at the streets in New York, or maybe it wasn't New York, but like some city where it's like, wow, and there's no more elite. Like, I feel like they've deported like 2,000 people. It can't be that empty everywhere. Yeah.
That's people deserting those places because they're afraid of getting deported.
Maybe.
Or they want to beat the clock, just go home before it becomes a problem. I don't think that many people have been shipped out already. It's just
that's true, because they said like anyone that gets mass deported, 20 years, no visa or work passport. Like, but if you leave on your own volition, you can come back legally. Yeah.
Which I hear that the wait times for that are also not great. Like, it probably takes a couple years.
But
maybe if we didn't have a backlog of dealing with all these people that weren't supposed to be here, it would be a little more streamlined and we can get the right people in who we're supposed to be. Sounds like that's what the plan's supposed to be anyway. But I don't know. I could give a shit, honestly. I couldn't give a shit.
Oh, it's a new month. We need to get
The board shall be updated.
Nice.
Yeah, I gotta go over the weekend because usually what I would do is go during the week. The babysitter situation is a little different right now, so we have to figure out another time I can go to Crown Trophy and get the engravings. Oh, hello, producer Joe.
Hey, Steve, how are you?
Good.
Did you watch the protest last night?
No.
Yeah, I was watching it on YouTube until I was reading the comments.
Is this the California protest on the highway?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody put, did the Raiders win something?
Did they?
Which I turned the TV off and I went inside. I didn't think it was funny.
Well, Joe, I hate to break it to you, but that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I just don't want to admit it.
You're a fan of the same team?
You should have been like, they play in Vegas now, idiot. That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, you should have told him that.
You know what? I'll wait for the next protest.
Okay.
There'll be one tomorrow.
Probably.
All right.
Okay. That's
Later,
all
Joe.
I had, guys.
Love you.
Love you.
Love you, Joe. Yeah, here's a little taste of the California ICE protest.
Honestly, it's not even that many people.
No, that's the other thing I noticed. It really wasn't a lot.
Yeah. These are probably all U.S. citizens that aren't scared to get deported.
Right.
Somebody got an American flag.
That one flag's a Mexican-American one.
Oh, is that what that? Oh, it's like
Mexico and America combined.
diagonally.
Yeah. I have no problem with having a Mexican pride and living here. That's what this place is all about.
Yeah.
But saying fuck this place, Mexico rules. Like, no, it doesn't.
Then why'd you leave it?
You ain't there.
Yeah.
I could already tell that's a lie. Wow. You're so tall.
Oh my God. That got me for a second. Is that Anthony Davis on his way to Denver or wherever he got traded to?
Dios mío. That muchacho es so tall.
I know you like flan, but Mexico.
Had it yesterday. It's flan. It's amazing. Flan.
Mexico stinks at desserts.
Churros. Flan.
Stink.
Dulce de leche.
No,
Tres leches. Cake.
All right. You
Here's what I think of your opinion.
But it's all just like it's just all sugar on sugar. The desserts. Like there's no nuance to
Yeah,
it.
like American desserts, like steak,
Apple pie,
steak frites, and fucking
steak frites.
Like apple pie is sugar on sugar.
No, there's
it's sugar
apples
goo
in it,
covering a
there's
sugary
something-
apple with a sugary crust.
I don't know. I'm just not a big fan. Like when I go to a Mexican restaurant, I always pass on dessert.
Oh. Why?
They have stinky ones. Like
They
creme
don't.
brulee is better than flan,
It's kind of the same, first of all, but
except
no,
better.
not better. Flan, the whole thing's a gooey, jello-y
Yeah,
thing. It's
I want
great.
the crispy crust. You tap it with the spoon.
I
it
love the
cracks.
crispy crust. Let's not. Don't paint me into a corner where I'm now disparaging creme brulee. It's a lovely dessert. I just think flan is number one. It's so like you can move it and it shakes like a jello, but you take a bite and it's like a yummy sugary custard, and it's got the caramel dipping sauce all around it. Oh, maron! Do I love me a good flan? Another thing, I don't understand why people think blocking a highway and making people late for stuff and making people
win you the favor.
more angry that they've ever
Yeah.
than they've been all week at least is going to make them sympathetic to your cause.
Like the climate people.
Everybody who's waiting in traffic now wants to, first of all, mow all you people down. Second of all, if they can't, they want you the fuck out of here completely. Fuck off. I don't think they want anybody over with that shitty, again, lowly populated protest. But don't worry. There was also some flag burning.
Yeah. Oh, wow. They got it. Such rebels.
So can you go to Mexico and burn a Mexican flag in the middle of the street in like a populated area?
I'm not sure. If like other countries, it's probably like illegal.
I think in like most other countries, other than like soft European ones that are like America, and we just let
Yeah.
people walk all over our shit and piss on the floor. I think other like stricter countries, like you go to fucking China, I dare you.
Oh my God.
Fucking
Oh my God.
go
Right?
burn a flag. They'll stomp you out into the flag and fucking probably murder you. Yeah, you just can't do that. And it's like the fact that you can do that here, you do realize like this is a great place. If you could just come in.
Yeah, and burn our flag, and we don't, nothing we can really even do about it.
No, people encourage
We
it. It's
wanna
a freedom of
do it.
speech.
Yeah.
It's freedom of expression. Go ahead, burn a flag. We don't care.
That's why I always hate when like Trump or this Survivor woman I follow. She was on CBS's Survivor. Anna Kate. Today, even today, she tweeted like burning the American flag should be illegal. I don't think that. You know, I think you should be able to burn it. It's dumb what you do that you do it, but it shouldn't be illegal. That's kind of crazy.
Like the rest of our freedom of speech. Oh, doggy crying. Where it shouldn't be banned for the simple reason it just shows you who these people are. Like the best part of that is if they're doing shitty things, it's not hidden. It's like these people are out in the open, and you know, like, oh, fuck him, fuck him, fuck him, fuck him. Like those people, I don't want to deal with those people.
But like at least the guy that was squirting lighter fluid on it, he looked like he was 19 or 21, where it's just like, I'm being a rebel.
Fuck you, I won't do what you
Fuck
tell
America.
me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell. Yeah. But fuck them. And the fact that this country is so fucked up, because if you burn a pride flag or if you do a burnout on
Oh
a
my
pride flag that's
God.
on the street, you'll get fucking arrested. That's a hate crime.
I couldn't believe, there was some guys, I don't know if he was sentenced or fined or whatever, and it went to completion. And it was like, no, you can't do that.
Multiple people have been arrested and put in jail. Maybe not, you know, like getting a, they're not going to Supermax.
Yeah.
And getting put in solitary, but they get arrested. And like you said, I don't think they're actually doing like hard prison time, but the guy that did a burnout on the pride like mural thing that was on a street, I don't even know where that was. But he, you know, in like an F-150 lifted truck, he does a burnout. He got arrested and like he did some jail time. I think.
Yeah, I don't get that. Where it's like, how can it not just be reckless driving or whatever? How could it be
It's hate
because you
speech.
did it on a sidewalk, on a
Hate crime.
crosswalk?
It's a crime of hate.
I guess so.
It's the most old hack fucking. Everybody said this before, but every crime is a hate crime. Usually do crimes because you don't like whatever you're doing the crime to, unless it's just, you know, no hard feelings robbery. You don't hate the thing. You don't hate the people you're stealing from. You know, usually it's just I want your stuff.
No, yeah, I guess you don't hate them.
Everything else, every violent thing, hate crime.
Yeah, like Nick, the guy Nick that was watching black people steal cars in his neighborhood and then came out and took a bat to one of them. And then this was 10, 15 years ago. He finally got out of jail like 2 years ago, but because it was a hate crime. It was like, no, these people have been going around stealing cars from their neighborhood forever. And he finally put an end to it. And he would have gotten, you know, like 2 or 3 years or something like that, because it was a hate crime. He got 10 years or 15 years. And yeah, I mean, he was kind of a scumbag, but
Garrett, there is no justice. There's just us. Plymouth Rock landed on us.
Now there's just ICE deporting everybody.
Yeah. It's not justice. It's just ice.
It gives me a little pause though, where it's like
Edie has little paws.
Not really.
No, you're right. She has big paws.
Where it's like, wait, are we getting rid of like a group of people from our country, and we want to like kind of exterminate them from our country? It seems
Not killing them.
I know that, but it just there's a little hint of totalitarianism or whatever it is about. Like I'm totally all for it and agree with it, but it's just weird how we're just kicking out all these people all of a sudden and
Enforcing rules all of a sudden.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. You're right. But it's just
the people that they're catching, I understand for the most part, at least this is what I read in my fucking echo chamber, in my fucking, my tunnel of only things I like to hear, was that, they're catching criminals and they're fucking throwing them away.
Yeah.
Because those, they're being caught committing crimes. So they get arrested and then they're like, goodbye. And, people that they're looking for that have been arrested for stuff that are known to the police that they've let go. They're now trying to find again, catch them and throw them back. Again, like how do you make up even having because again, if that's exactly what they're doing, how do you make up the problem you have with that? Well, so what he's here and doesn't have the right paperwork and he's committing crimes. He should be allowed to do that because it would be mean to not let him.
But this is like the first few weeks or a month or whatever. What happens when it's like year 2 and they ran out of all those people and they're still like hunted down just because you came into the country illegally? And I get that that's a crime and everything, but it just seems like it's on the wrong path, or it can be construed as being on the wrong path.
Well, you would hope that it's not like everything else where these ICE guys just have to put up numbers to get, the funding they're getting. So they are just going to be fucking throwing anyone over the border.
Yeah. Okay.
Hopefully it's just like, okay, we got this chunk of people out and we can kind of wind it back a little bit because there's not that many criminals and we still throw the criminals out. But Garrett, I have a feeling that the opposite's going to happen, where after a certain period of time, people may, okay, now I know a new way we can sneak in and avoid detection. Like people aren't going to stop trying to come in. They're going to just try to use new ways to avoid getting caught.
True.
Like they're not going to be out. The reason some of these places are like the Walmarts and all these factories were empty is because these people were just out in the open, la-di-da, without having to worry about getting deported at all. They didn't have to hide any of what they were doing. They could go commit crimes, get arrested, and still not get deported. Like they didn't have to fucking hide anything. So now they kind of have to be a little more discreet because they don't want to get kicked out. And again, some people just were like, fuck this, I'm going back. I'm not getting kicked out. But yeah, I think they don't worry. There will be no shortage of people busting in here. I promise.
Yeah. I hope so. No.
The shittiest, which again, by their own standard, this is the shittiest place in the world. It's full of racist people, but we need to be here. God, we need to be here. I had this awful place with all these racists. But anywho, that's all the time we have for today.
Thank you all for watching.
Thank you for watching the Garrett and Steve program, and thank you to all of our board members.
Woo!
Sorry to the new ones. I know it's February, Black History Month, but in true Black History Month fashion, I did not have time to get the new engraving, but they will be, the new plaque members will be on before you know it. And then
just turned February.
Yeah.
We're good. Yeah.
And then there's going to be a new board song sang by another Grammy Award-winning artist.
Wow.
I don't know who that will be yet.
They just, a whole slew of new people just won Grammys, so any of them.
So maybe we can have Bianca Censori's Tits sing a song.
Kendrick Lamar won for Best Song.
Yeah, that was wild.
Seems weird. Like, I feel like he was hot 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh, he was so hot. Oh, my God.
No, but he was like the thing.
No, now he was the number one thing in hip hop this year too, because there's nothing going on at all.
Oh.
He made fun of Drake and called him a pedophile. Like, pedophile, whack, whack, whack. And yeah, that was the only thing that happened of note in hip hop. Is Kendrick Lamar made fun of Drake and made him feel bad. That's the song he won the award for, was the make fun of Drake song.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, the whole song is just about Drake.
Wow.
And how he's a weirdo
Drake must be
sex
pissed.
pedophile guy. It seems like everybody just hates Drake now. It's pretty funny.
Good.
Like, I never liked him. I always thought he was a fucking gay guy, and now it seems that feeling is caught on with just about everyone. So, you know, good for him. I'm glad he got a fucking award. It was weird to see him there though, and like accepting the award in front of all these white people, because he's one of those black guys who's very much like fuck white people.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Huh. But so many white people like his songs.
Yeah,
Right?
so he doesn't openly say fuck white
Yeah.
people in that verbatim like that. But if you listen to his music, it's all just, you know, just black people, black people, black people. The black darker the berry, the sweeter the juice, the blacker the blacker, the blacker the blue. It's very like
Black centric.
you listen to a bunch of songs in a row and you're like, I don't think this is for me to this isn't for me.
Yeah, when
This is for other people.
like 4 or 5 years ago, I tried when I was walking my dog to just listen to some of his songs just because I kept hearing about him. And some of them were okay, but I never really got into it, you know?
Yeah. I got into it and I like his songs, a good chunk of them, but other ones I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck this is. It's a lot of like I almost want to call it like progressive rap.
Oh,
Because it's just like a song will cut into some others like entirely different sounding
out of
song.
nowhere kind of thing.
Kind of not like it goes into it, and then it's just some guys just talking and not even rapping. And I was like, okay, I don't know what this is anymore. And it's like jazz in the background, and it sucks. It's but you know, again, that's the part of the song where you're like, yeah, this isn't for me.
Yeah.
This is for the FBA, the Foundational Black Americans. But thank you, Foundational Board Members, my FBMs, for being on the board. And again, to those of you, our February board members, you'll be on there within 2 shakes of a lamb's
Lickety
tail.
split.
Right here. Just 'cause this is the song that swept the nation. Nobody wants it to go yet. Should have. Board by board. Board by board. Board by board. Board. Caitlin, Mom Marino. Caitlin and Mom, Edie, Conti, Nick G. Charlie, Chicago. Deadpool, Jeremy M. Stock. Marshall Beaufrey, Moose Pete Fitzy. Dominic Richatelli. Josh Wers. Mike Liggio. Mitchell, Chris Berg, Jimmy Z, Garnock, Gekar Dundee, Daniel Mondi, Gabe Bitches, Connor, Beck, Jeff, Doc Jones, 73, Michael Malice, Curtis John, William Yoder, Brian Kate, Jeffrey the Giraffe, Stan Turner, 9X support, Matt Fugate, Asia S. Thompson, Old Youngie, Bob Panda, Patrice, Doogie 7626, Justice for Garrett, J. Thomas, Larry F. Boob Turd, Angelo, Mark DeGracci,
Pomegranate Mark.
Cynthia Darcy, Eric Whitaker, Rocky Pintosi, Jose Delgado, J, Stu's Cluster, Benjamin, J, Nate, Gina Marie, Beverly, Jaquan G, Johnny, Heather, the hooker, Jonathan, Mardukas, A.J.R., Michael J. Gold Members Club, Gold Members, Vinny Cash, Vinny Cash, Gold Members. That's the plaque. That's the plaque. Thank you. Oh, there we are.
Hello there. Thank you all for watching. Enjoy.
Whoa.
Oh.
Yeah, that was weird. I don't know why I did that.
Thank you, everyone. See you tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Back with a bang. Tomorrow at 8 p.m. sharp. What are you laughing so hard? The show starts at 8.
You were fiddling with the wheel at like 7:58.
I was fiddling all right.
Figured it out at 7:59.
I
Like
know.
all of a sudden, it's like, oh, it worked.
So aggravating. But yeah, after a good amount of fiddling, we'll be back tomorrow. 8 p.m. sharperino.
Nice.
Be there.
Be square. We love you.
Don't be square. Bye. Love you.